is Hulk Hogan, brother, and you're listening to the best of the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
I had the absolute vacation from hell. So bad that I'm not taking any time off on Friday, that I'll be here. Now, I want to make sure I emphasize if people had plans. Lummy didn't have any plans, and Rhett didn't have any plans, so I can be on the air, and neither did Andy. But it comes down to you, Anna. If you did have plans for Friday.
This Friday?
Yes. If you did have plans for Friday, because we're going to take Friday, Monday off. If you did have plans for Friday, no problem. Like, continue on with them. Take the day off. It's not a big deal. We'll find somebody or we'll figure it out. But I am so not traveling and so...
Were you planning on traveling somewhere?
No, I wasn't going to. That's why, that's why I'm not.
Okay.
And I'm really just based on my... Okay, well, thank you. We do have Monday off. It's a national holiday. Yep. Lummy's working on the best ofs for that.
So you're not doing any, like, Expedia.com commercials?
No. I'm not doing any Southwest commercials. I'm not doing any Expedia commercials. And I'm not doing any Grand Sierra Resort commercials. I got stories for all three of those. And so yesterday, or this latest travel experience that I just had, only validates but see, listen, I never, even if it's more money and I'm trying to save money, I never do the connecting flight thing.
You try to avoid it.
I never do it.
Because there's a potential for problems.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not an option.
But on this case, from Tampa, Florida, and I even think from Orlando, there's no direct flights to Reno, Nevada.
Right.
There's just none.
So you have
because Reno's a jobber town.
Right, it is. It is.
AKA jobber town.
Less my father living there, the great Doug Klim, who we had an unbelievable time together.
That's nice.
Overdue. Other than that, Reno sucks. Reno absolutely sucks.
It's like Fresno, California sucks.
Is it just
Fresno
that there's nothing to do? I've never been to Reno. Is it just that there's nothing to do?
Don't go.
I'm not planning on it.
Well, and the only way you go to Reno is if you want to. And like Dan, when you went to Tahoe, you probably had to fly into Reno.
Yeah, and we skied.
Right.
And we were there snowboarding.
You're there doing something.
Right. Did you go to the casinos?
I was living in a casino. I mean,
that Sierra is a casino?
Yeah, the Grand Sierra Resort's supposed to be. Now, the Grand Sierra Resort's supposed to be like the best one there. Like the big hoity-toity, best one there. And I wanted to stay at a nice place because they said they had like a spa, and I was going to go and get a massage.
Did you go with the Birch Crick or by yourself?
No, with the Birch Crick.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I could have never made it without her.
Oh,
good.
I would have had an absolute meltdown.
She helps calm me down?
Yeah. Well, wait till you hear what happened.
Okay.
I'm dying.
She was feeding me pills nonstop.
Right.
She had
touch your pee-pee?
She had Klonopin and Xanax on a Pez dispenser.
Oh, good.
So, no, touching my pee-pee, that's good for TSA. You wouldn't.
Oh, I saw.
They were touching your pee-pee?
Oh, my God.
It's insane what they do.
Like, and
Blitz got groped bad.
Oh, no. We'll have to get into that momentarily. So I'm glad that I'm glad that when I tell my story, Anna, you will understand. You've seen.
I mean,
the
I
groping.
was like mouth agape looking at the situation going, what is going on?
Exactly.
Is that really necessary?
And so I am
to touch his balls with the back of your hand?
I'm so glad, though, that you have witnessed how they shake out, how they thoroughly inspect a man that they suspect has something metal in their crotch.
Right. Make you pull back your foreskin?
No, but they might well.
It's aggressive.
I'm gonna. So we'll just start with that, okay? Because that'll get probably 5 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going. Okay. No. What we probably should start with is, Dan, I wish I would have bet you all the money in the world in the fact that you said I didn't need a root canal. Well, goddamn it, I needed a root canal.
Yeah, well, I knew you needed to see the dentist, and it was kind of hard to see what was wrong just by looking in the back of your mouth in the dark, but I'm glad you got it fixed.
Oh, my God. So Tuesday's our last show. So as soon as I get done with Tuesday's show, I'm like, and I'm flying out Wednesday to go to Reno. So Tuesday was the last time you guys heard us live, nearly a week ago, which, Lummy, I'm so sworn off of flying and traveling that I may cancel Ronnie's wedding.
No.
I may not go.
Don't do that.
Oh, no, Anna, wait till you hear.
I mean, I saw some of it on Facebook.
You have a nonstop for Vegas, right?
Yeah, but it's with Spirit, and I've been told that Spirit's the worst ever.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not the worst ever.
Oh.
They're like the second worst ever.
Yeah, next to Southworst.
Yeah, Southwest sucks.
Instead of using the hashtag, want to get away, they should say, want to get delayed?
Yeah.
My Lord. So anyway, let's go back to Tuesday. I got this toothache that's just bugging the hell out of me on my, I think it's number 17. On my left rear molar, my latest one, which has a gold crown over it. And so I go to Dr. McSherry, who says hi, by the way, Anna.
Oh, wonderful.
And
I say hi back.
And I get it. So I have to get it. He says, listen, let me look at it. He pokes around a little bit. He does an x-ray on it. He's like, yeah, that root on 18 or 17 looks angry. Like, I can touch, that's your problem. And at this point now, I'm sitting in the chair, and literally, I'm asking him to pull it out. I mean, it hurts so bad. Like, I'm literally, next to a kidney stone, I'm in the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. Like,
Really?
I'm literally laying there going, ah, ah, ah.
It's like you got Satan in your mouth.
Oh, my God. So, Dan looks at it, and he's like, yeah, you need a root canal. I'm like, well, how do you root canal over a crown, let alone a gold one? He goes, well, and so he, right across the street from most dentists, don't do root canals.
No, it's a specialty.
You have to go to an endodontist.
Yes.
Right. So most just regular dentists have a root canal guy.
Right. They all do. Right.
And a lot of times the root canal guy will try to build his place by a reputable dentist. My place, Dr. Broom on 49th Street, is literally from here to across the street, whatever that HVAC business is, Lummy. That's how far Dr. Broom's root canal place is from Dr. McSherry. So literally, I didn't even get in my car. I just walked across the street and left my car in Dr. McSherry's thing.
Right, makes sense.
So Anna, you know where Dr. McSherry's thing is?
Yes,
Literally, on the same property, but which would be north, is where Dr. Broom's place is.
Oh, wonderful.
So I go into Broom's. Now, this is 2:00 on Tuesday, Dan, and I don't have an appointment, nothing. But McSherry calls in a McFavor and says, Broom, our boy Bubba, he needs a full-blown root willy on 18. So he goes, send him over. So then, Dan, they have to drill a hole, and they don't pull off your crown. They just drill a hole in it.
Barrel through it?
Yeah, they drill a hole, and then he goes in there and takes the root out. So I had that going for me on Tuesday.
And
so you
had
gold metal shavings as they're drilling?
Kinda.
That's crazy.
Should have had them suck it up and sell them.
Yeah.
They show you the root?
$2.
No, they didn't. But they get in there, and I don't know if they get in there and they pull it out, and
they literally drill the root out.
And then he uses this rasper, and he rasps it, so he just really, really gets it. So
cleans out the nerve.
Needless to say, so Dan, and here's the best. I got to do something nice for him. So I go to pay, and they go, and I don't even know what a root canal costs. But I go
15 to 3.
Oh. So I go to 15 to 3, and that's with if you. This is last minute Willie right off the street.
Right, because it's like a 45-minute ordeal, right?
It really is. Yeah, it's 45 minutes of in the chair, and they got to spread your mouth open and put all this stuff in there.
Numbing.
I go to pay, and they go, Dr. Broom says this one's on him. And I was like, oh my God.
That's so nice.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Root canals aren't super painful afterwards.
No.
But you're numbed up,
Yeah, McSherry pre-numbed me over there.
Yeah.
And so when I got over there, I'm like, I'm here to see Dr. Broom. I'm like, I'm already jammed up. But anyway, so I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad. So I'm thinking things are going to be great.
You put that big blue dental dam over your tooth?
Yes.
See, I got all the shavings.
Yeah. So anyway, Dr. Broom on 49th Street, I love you, and you're so nice. And I'm going to be sending you a gift certificate or something nice for you and your women, for you and the girls that work there. I'm going to try to do something nice, like maybe an edible arrangement.
That's good.
Something,
that's a good move.
Something nice, just because that's just way up and beyond. Thank you so much.
And the best thing is that he emergently pulled the thorn out of your paw.
Yeah, and I could have
free or not free. It's just that he was able to do it timely.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe my body was quite the visionary, and it was trying to tell me to stay home.
Don't go.
Maybe my body was saying,
God damn it.
What's the one thing we can throw to this guy that will make him not? Oh, let's throw a last-minute toothache Willie. There's no way he can get that fixed in a day and make it out to Reno, because Reno's all bad. All bad thing, except for the great Doug Clem.
Reno's really that bad? Was it really that bad?
Just a bad trip.
Just a bad trip. No, my dad, I saw him every day. I got to drive his Phaeton. I drove his B400.
Well, that's cool.
I got to work in the shop a little bit, but with him, we went to Lake Tahoe. So, I had a great 3 days with my dad. Got a chance to watch some baseball and some just some guy stuff.
But you're saying it wasn't worth it.
Did you do some welding?
No welding.
No.
So, you know what? Maybe so that we stay on time today, Lummy. And it's easier for you too, as far as segments and that I break, and I tell you, I'll start breaking down my Grand Sierra Resort experience, and I'll tell you this: don't ever, first of all, don't go to Reno. So if you don't go to Reno, you won't be needing a place to stay. But if you happen to find your place, Dan, when you guys skied in Lake Tahoe, did you get like a place up in Lake Tahoe?
You got a place in the ski resort, yeah. So we did, and those places all have like gambling too,
right? And those places are upper crust, people that ski have money, and those people are, that they have a lot nice than the degenerates that want to go gambling, and stay at a, you know what I'm saying? Like for the most part.
Is Reno almost like a giant riverboat casino?
Yeah, in the desert.
In the desert.
with Walmart.
Right.
And Mexicans.
It's like you're on a horse with no name, really in the desert.
They did have an In-N-Out burger, and if I wasn't in such a bad mood and already been tic-tacked, so now listen, I don't have a lot of money, so I got to kind of travel on a little bit of a budget, okay?
Baller on a budget.
Yeah, Bubba on a budget. And so, when I booked a Grand Sierra Resort at $250 a night, it was a little bit more than staying at the Hampton Inn, but I figured I'm staying at a pretty badass resort. And well, I mean, if you look at the commercials, here's I'm looking at the here's the.
That's their website. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I mean I'm like, man, look at this place. Hell yeah,
hot chicks,
I'm staying there, man. Hotel rooms and
bowling
suites.
alley.
I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Look at this. And I was just gonna get I got just a Sierra King room. I didn't get anything special. But that's not what my room looked like.
No?
No.
Not even a little?
No. I don't even know what. But anyway. No. But when I'm booking it, I'm like, hell yeah, this place is badass. All kinds of things to do. I mean, they got, just look at that, how nice that place is. People like that hanging out. First of all, I didn't see anybody that looked that nice. There was no man and woman that looked like that.
You didn't bring a purple shirt?
No, and by the way, it was high school graduation night.
All right.
In their ballroom, in their ball.
What do you mean? Oh.
Dan,
drunk,
are you familiar with what the seniors at Reno High don't look like the seniors at your kid's school? Okay, buddy?
Oh, really?
No.
A little different?
I think they had it in Spanish.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. And I think it might be mandatory for you as a senior.
We had a graduation party at my house on Saturday, it seemed.
I think maybe at Reno High, it might be required for you to have a couple gang tattoos in order to graduate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to get into my ins and outs of the Grand Sierra Resort. Wait till you hear this.
Is it grand?
Oh, no, it's the worst. Yeah, it's the worst. Like, do not stay there. Like, literally go to one of those Motel 6 that you can pull your car right up to the
front door
to your room. I'd do that. I would do that.
It's better for
literally.
dumping bodies.
I would do that because know that my next door neighbor's probably doing something illegal, cooking meth. Then go to this place.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And Dan, you have money, so I'm gonna go through some of the various things that this place does and charges, and you let me know if you wouldn't even be mad about it. Now I know you got money. But you still don't like to get broke off in your ass.
I don't, and I don't like getting knick-knacked either.
Yeah, well,
it's irritating. Like that's the reason I can't stand Spirit, because you get a flight for $200, and by the time you finish paying, it's $800.
Right.
You want to bring a backpack and have a hot dog.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I'm gonna get into the Grand. By the way, again, do not go to Reno, Nevada, unless you're there to see family or ski. That's it. No reason to go. None. I'll get into that next.
Well, at least he has his priorities in order.
Great. What do we do with him now?
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Welcome back. We've been gone for a while, and I'll never leave you that. I'll never leave you for that long of a period. My life is just too. I'm just too structured and regimented to take that much time. Like I'm too much of a creature of habit that I can't get out of my element for that long. I'm going to make it a yearly trip to go see my dad. And
next year we're flying private.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to fly private, but I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hall of Fame Grouper Lips gifted 5 subs.
Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App more than ever. That's how you help us out, and we keep the show on the air. Again, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App at the Bubba Army.
But I feel like your sentiments would have been completely different had you not had that debacle when you returned.
Yeah, it would have been the only bitch I would have had at that point is what I'm getting ready to tell everybody, and that is this Grand Sierra Resort, which.
I'm dying to hear about this place.
Which, by the way, my dad has. I didn't really know my dad's configuration, and I haven't seen my dad in 17 years, so I just felt it'd probably be a little more comfortable for me to kind of
100%. That was very moved.
But next, my dad and I did so well together. He's like, next time, Bubba, just stay with me. I got 2 extra bedrooms, have your own bathroom, and it's my dad. So that's what I'll do next year when I go. Me and the Merch Crick go.
Good.
And he loves the Merch Crick.
Good.
And his wife loves the Merch Crick.
And her jugs?
Well, my dad didn't really mention her jugs.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's hard not to like her. She's sweet.
So,
she's very sweet.
Yeah, and God bless her.
Mm-hmm. For what? Putting up with you and dealing with you for the last 48 hours?
Right. Just like a lot of people probably, people, if people can say, and I'm sure amongst your family circles and things like that, people do say, God bless her,
Oh, yeah, because I'm intolerable.
Yeah, I mean, God bless Ramina.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that when you and her have had issues before, a lot of times your family will rally behind her.
Mm-hmm. It's always my fault.
I know Steve will always blame you and never blame her.
Yep.
I know your dad, too, sometimes would be like, Danny.
Yeah, no, they all did.
Right. And she knows it, too, man. All she's got to do is put the bat signal at the Dan's being a dick out, and all of them come running, don't they?
Mm-hmm. It's always my fault.
It is always your fault.
It's always my fault.
And even sometimes it's not, is it, buddy?
Last night it wasn't, and I got in trouble still.
Oh, no, hold on.
Oh, we got to hear about this.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's all right. It's your story right now.
All right. Well, let me
Put it on pause.
if you're capable of, I need to write down. Here, I'm going to write this myself down. Anna's New York experience.
Yeah.
Anna's New York and Dan last night. And then, Lummy, did you have any drama? Well, besides the obvious, over the weekend?
No, just did that work.
Fort Walton Beach?
Yeah, Pensacola, Orange Beach, yeah.
How did you make
did
some?
you just say?
Pensacola, Orange Beach.
Oh, okay.
And when did you go up there, and when did you get back?
Wednesday and Sunday morning.
Did you do it for pleasure or to work?
To work. I worked 13-hour shifts each day.
Was Grizz there?
I don't know who that is, but
Shut up, you do.
Did you make some good money?
Yeah, not too bad. There were some problems with some people. The young crowd that got there got a little too drunk and started passing out everywhere. And
so what did that mean? You had to beat people
That
up?
wasn't alcohol.
Well, I did help a guy pretty much put his hands because he passed out for about 25 minutes, and I was able to at least get his breathing correctly.
No, hold on.
Passed out from 25 minutes of what?
Let me.
No, passed out 25 minutes.
Oh,
now are you saying
he face planted and went into like a little ball? So I went over.
Did you give him the mouth to mouth? Did you give him chest compressions? Did you get the AED machine out? Like when you
little
say
bandit to wake him up, stimulate him.
When you said I got him to breathe again, I mean you got.
Well, I just put him in a position to like have him breathe. Like I kind of straightened him out and put his arms over his head.
So you straightened out or drunk?
He was not drunk.
Well, he was passed out.
All right.
He's on some serious drugs.
Was he
on some
drunk
ketamine.
and then he had a head injury?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, a lot of young people there.
Are you going back next year?
Depends. Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
I mean, it's
So the money was okay.
yeah.
So we got. I mean, is there any other stories besides that, or
No, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
Yep.
So just the Dan
He
last
saved
night.
a life. That's pretty cool.
So just the Dan last night, and then the Anna New York deal is all. Rat, any stuff that I need to know from you?
No, nothing crazy. Just did a lot of bike riding.
Did you hook up with any girls, or
No.
did you get laid? Did you meet a large African American woman?
No, I kept it low this week.
And we'll tell you, the woman there was a woman that was sitting in my row when I finally made it back yesterday from the Dallas to Tampa leg. That would have been me and the Merch Crick. I was in the aisle, Merch Crick was in the middle, and this fine African American woman was on the far right. And we just kept talking about how perfect she might have been for you.
Tell me she was taking up 2 seats.
No, she wasn't.
Oh, I was hoping.
Spilling
She
over
was a-
the
she was a-
handrail.
she was
I actually got to ride my bike. There was Asian American Pacific Islander month. They had a festival at Curtis Hickson, the waterfront park over in Tampa, and I got to ride my bike over there. A lot of good people watching.
Asian American Pacific Island Month.
So a lot of people with cameras and masks.
Yeah, there were a lot of masks.
I will tell you this. Ann and I were both on airplanes this weekend, and it seems as though people are still kind of masking it up a little bit.
A little bit, not much.
And it's like, and then there was this woman. Now, Dan, I'm not like a germaphobe or anything like that, but there was this woman on my flight that was going from Reno to Denver when we finally got on it, and she had the worst barky, raspy, contagious sounding cough I could ever, and I'm like, to the point where I was like, really, if you're that sick, why would you fly if you're that sick? Like, she was noticeably that sick with no mask on, and I'm not even a mask guy, but I almost went and bought a goddamn N95 somewhere in the mall just because I didn't want to hurt in case she was seated near me.
I agree with you 100%, Bubba. I think masks are ridiculous, but if you're grossly sick like that and you're coughing and sneezing, you got yellow and green crap coming out of your nose, then yeah, wear a mask just to be polite to other people.
Her cough was so but I got to tell you, her cough was so powerful that it probably would have blown the mask off.
Yeah, better yet, don't travel.
But you shouldn't travel.
At that point, it's even beyond the mask discussion. Like, if you were just obviously sick, you go out in public.
But the masks help you not spread to other people when you're sick.
I was calling her a fat bitch and everything. I was so mad at her.
They protect others.
All right,
so consider it.
So let me get into my Grand Sierra Resort, and by the way, I'm showing. I got on my website here, and if you guys want to show. So when I'm booking this resort, when I'm booking my place to stay, when I go to Reno to see the great Doug Clem, I kind of do a little Google search, and everybody's like, man, the Grand Sierra Resort, that's where you need to stay.
Is this blonde girl with big jugs there?
And so I'm looking at this, and they're like, it's got a spa.
A single. And
so I'm like, you know what, me and the Merch Kirk will be able to one day go down and do it like maybe a spa day.
Oh, yeah.
And, stuff like that. So, I mean, if you guys look at the commercials.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
I mean, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, look at that. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that.
With a big black guy?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be in the sauna with Ty J, but the rooms look nice.
Those are nice bedrooms.
Spacious.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Pool.
Hot chicks.
Yeah.
Popping bottles.
So I get there. I get my tooth fixed Tuesday. I'm all ready. And by the way, I really think that travel problems have a lot to do with your airport. You never seem to have a problem out of Tampa Airport. Tampa Airport's efficient. It's easy to get to.
It's one of the best in the world.
You literally, if you take an Uber there or have somebody drop you off, you literally go up the stairs, get your ID checked, get on a tram, go through TSA, and walk to your gate. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. And there's 3 different trams that go to 3 or maybe 4 different air sides, and there's not a lot of walking. There's just not. It's just easy. So I go to Tampa, fly out on Southwest, no problems at all. Flight to Phoenix, no problems at all. Small little layover in Phoenix, no problems at all. Boom, get into Reno, no problems at all. Go to Avis to get my rent-a-car. Got this little Kia-looking thing because I got the most economical, I didn't need anything fancy.
And you took Southwest every flight, right?
No problems.
All right.
Got my Avis rent-a-car. Boom.
So was the seating like first come, first serve?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were able to still get seats for you and Merch Cook next to each other?
Yeah, well, because we were in Section B.
Oh, early.
And then you just rushed the gate.
And no, but when you're in
what we
Section
did.
B, and I always go, Dan, and get a row with. I sit in near the window, gives me a little more room, and I put her in the middle, and then I could care less who gets on the outside, right? I could care less.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got insulation.
And I put my seat. And by the way, I'm now at a point in. Couple of good things. One, because I got massively something that gave me diarrhea that I'm still having diarrhea issues with. I didn't gain a pound. And it's tough not to gain weight when you're on vacation.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely fatter.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I've pooped my brains out for the last couple of days.
What's your weight today?
77 and a
That's awesome.
0.6.
Still losing. I hear 260.
I will tell you this, man.
Don't you?
You know how nice it is to be able to get into an airplane seat and the buckles up, no problem. I don't need an extension, and if I didn't know the person sitting beside me, I can put the armrest down and not get in their
Comfortably?
spot.
Nice.
No, not necessarily. You probably wouldn't want me to be the guy beside you, but I'm not nearly as much of a problem as it used to be.
Good.
That's awesome.
So everything's perfect. So we go to check in to the Grand Sierra Resort, which I'm showing you pictures of here.
Sierra.
And I get there at 12:30.
What's check-in time?
3.
4.
3.
Oh, 3.
Which
Oh,
is
they wouldn't let you do it early either.
well, most places will.
You can hang out in the
Yeah,
lobby.
Well, especially at a casino type. They definitely will. let
So
you
I
in.
get there and they're like, "Listen, it's 12:30, 1 o'clock. Let's call it 1:45." And she's like, "If you'd like to get in your room before 3 o'clock, it's $30 early check-in fee." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, $30 early check-in fee." I'm like, "Well, we hadn't eaten." I go, "I'll just go." And she goes, "You can check your bags over at Bellhop Willie, and then if you want to go have some lunch or something in one of our 5 million overly priced hamburger places, go ahead." So I'm like, "Okay." And she said, "Give me your cell phone number, and I'll text you when there's a room available. And if I can get you a little closer to 2 o'clock, I'll just let you get in for free."
That's
Like,
nice.
"Oh, okay, cool, thanks."
Because it's the Sierra, the
Yeah.
Grand Sierra.
Right, the Grand Sierra. Love you. So all of a sudden, I go and get like a hamburger and some onion rings or something, and I only eat half of my sandwich because really, Dan, I'm on the Ozempic with you, and you just can't eat as much.
No,
So-
you eat sensibly.
Yeah, and so had like half my fries, and I had like half my sandwich, and I had an in a to-go box because Anna, I love leftovers.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
It's a foreign concept to me, but yes.
I love leftovers.
Yeah.
So I get half my sandwich, and all of a sudden, it's about 1:20, and my phone goes off. My phone starts, text. Like I have a text, and it's like, the Grand Sierra Resort would like to inform you that your room is now ready. Like, oh, great. So I tell the merch crick, I'm like, oh, great, we can go get our room, and say, I bet you they don't charge us. So we get up there for the front desk. Now, Dan, I'd already given her my credit card information and everything, so it'd be super easy at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go there, and it's a different woman. And she goes, yeah. I go, I just got a text and says my room's ready. And she goes, okay, let me look you up. Oh, yeah, that'll be, if you want to get in right now, that's going to be $30. I'm like, well, hold on. The woman that was here a few minutes ago said that if it was like closer to 2, that you guys wouldn't and I hate being that guy, that cheap guy that's bitching over $30.
No, but you were promised that it would be free, so you want it to be free.
Yeah, and I get embarrassed of people that are trying to be extra cheap. I do for them.
Oh, sorry.
But what I'm saying is just the pure principle was you told me that you weren't going to do this to me. She's like, oh no, sir. I mean, and it's $30 clear up until 3 o'clock. What would you like us to do? Would you like to go back in? I go, just charge me the 30. So we get in. Now it's already like $260 a night. So we get in. They then inform you that there's no housekeeping. Hold on. There's no housekeeping unless you text them at a certain number and let them specifically know that you want housekeeping. There is no housekeeping. You can get new towels. Well, that's kind of cheap, I thought. But I'm thinking, I really don't matter about that because I can sleep on the same sheets for 3 days, and me and the merch crick are going to be so very busy. Like if I was having a lot of sex or something and dropping a lot of DNA, then I would text them. But having those bitches stay out of my room and me just getting some free towels every couple days, I ain't got a problem with that. But it's still a tic tac.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So when you get to a place and you're going to stay for not just one night, for like 2 or 3 nights.
I was there for 3 nights.
Okay. Do you take your suitcase and completely unpack it and put it into the drawers, or do
No.
you live out of your suitcase?
I live out of my suitcase.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Hold on. So
you
you take-
unpack?
Oh, 100%.
You take everything out and
Every freaking thing. Yeah, my suitcase becomes my hamper.
Oh, okay.
Hang everything up. If I'm going to be there for 3 nights, I absolutely unpack. If
What do
I'm
we got
there a
on?
night, I'll live out of the
What do we
suitcase.
got on 1 on 2? Charleston?
No, 941 and 863 the numbers.
Hello.
How's it going, Bubba? It's Zach from Eugene.
Hi, buddy.
I just wanted to co-sign with you. I did a cross-country trip. I do it a couple times a year from Eugene down to Liquid Ranch. And I have to attest, Reno is an absolute dump. I traveled with the family through there from Eugene right outside University of Oregon through there, traveled all day, and sort of had the same experience. And was greeted on the quote unquote strip, which is right outside the highway, with an In-N-Out and a Walmart, like you described. And basically, criminal thugs on the street, homeless, mental illness, getting to the resort, as you would call it, and it was just trash. And I had an issue with the lady at the front desk, opted to just drive through the night. I was tired by that point, but opted to drive through the night to get to Vegas, at least for a decent place off the strip, or in Henderson in the suburbs there. And that place is trouble. Reno is terrible downtown and right off the strip. It's appalling. And I had kids with us and stuff, and it's just a problem.
Are you calling from the pet store?
Yeah, you got some parakeets there? What's going on?
I'm sorry. I'm on the back porch. These birds out here.
Oh, they're very happy today. It makes for a great background. Hey, man, thank you for your call, buddy. I appreciate you. Thanks. 813-90 Bubba. Hello.
Hey, it's Matt from Sebring.
Hi, Matt.
I was just calling to...
from I don't know where. I think you said sue me.
Sebring.
Oh, Sebring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sebring, yeah. Sorry. I'm just calling to back up Anna because I did handyman services. Anna, sorry. I did handyman services and construction for years, and that was not alcohol, Lummy. That was meth.
I'm sure it was a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was
You sound like you're pretty experienced in that, buddy.
sounds like you're on that right now.
Sounds like you might be on a little something right now, buddy. A little slow down Willie.
Hell no. I'm on just absolutely nothing but life.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm on life, too. So they tic-tac me for 30. Then they tell me no room service or no housekeeping, which I'm all right. So then
but it doesn't cost you anything. You just have to text them?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, not too big of a deal. So, but still,
I think it's crappy.
It's still crap. So I walk in my room. It's not like any of these rooms I've seen on here. It's like it's a part of the hotel that seems like it hasn't been remodeled since the day they built this place
in 1974.
Yeah. Real dark, like brown marble in the bathroom. Not even classy brown marble, like 80s, marble. And they now unplug all the lights in the room, except for, remember, how you walk into a hotel room and they have like that first light that opens up like the little lobby door area, and then usually,
the entrance.
Right, then usually you have a light like over the both nightstands will have a light, and then there'll be like a couple other lights. Well, they unplug them all. Now, they still work, but you have to literally plug them back in. And what they're hoping is people don't plug them in.
So they use the electricity.
And one of the night lights, my night light worked, and Erica's night light did not work. The bulb was broken. So it seems like they're cheaping out on like unplugging everything, hoping people don't plug it back in. Here's the kicker. There's a $40 a day resort fee.
What?
A $39.95 resort fee. And so I'm checking in, and she goes, I'm going through it, and she goes, I go, what's the $39.95 resort fee? And she goes, just to use the pool and to, I'm like, just a resort fee. I'm like, really? I mean, you can't dispute it at that point or anything like that. But I think that's kind of tic-tacky, don't you think?
Yeah. Before you complete the vacation, or
no? As soon as you check in, they let you know about the $40 a day resort fee. They do that in Miami too.
Yeah. Then
a lot of hotels do that now in Florida. It's BS. It's such a lie because they don't allow you to get the room without it. They should just include that in the room's price.
Right.
And so it's misleading. And there's actually legislation to try to knock these resort fees out because they are so misleading and they are so unfair and they are such BS. Either show your price or don't show your price. The resort fee is it's like Spirit Airlines tacking on another backpack. Here's another $80 to your ticket.
Right.
It's BS.
All right. So let me just
They're irritating.
Let's just hear it go.
As you can tell.
Yeah.
Let's just go here, Lummy, and book a room for whatever, and let's see if they if they up front
upcharge
let you know
the
about
resort fee.
Yeah, here we go. So book a room now.
Book direct.
Let me see.
And save.
Yeah, book direct and save. Okay, book now and save. Loading. This is the Grand Sierra
This is
Resort.
exciting.
Okay.
Ooh, 25% off.
Right. So where's it show me on a book? Okay.
Right there.
Arrival date. Let's just say we're going to go there. We'll give it a little bit of time.
See the asterisk? Did you see the asterisk?
No.
Look right above the view calendar. That little section right above view calendar. Right there.
All right. This promotion is subject to availability and cannot be combined with any other offers.
Oh, that's just for the 25% off.
Not available to groups attending meetings and convention. A daily resort fee of $39.95 plus tax, and a daily $2 tourism fee, and an optional housekeeping fee. I didn't know about
They would have charged you.
They would have charged me. Yeah.
If they don't include it, you pay extra for it.
Yeah. View calendar. Base lodging rates exclude the $39.95. Well, I didn't see that when I was booking. So I'm checking in on it. They tell me about, and it sounds like now, Dan, that there would have been a fee had they came and cleaned my room.
Yeah, that surprises
doubt.
me.
So here's the all. I have to. This will be my last little kicker for the Grand Sierra Breaking It Off in Your Ass Club. Here's the best. You'll freak out. So, Dan, if you remember when I checked in, I got half my hamburger left and my fries, right? Then I go out to dinner with my dad on Wednesday night. We go to Applebee's or something, and I got I think I ordered baby back ribs, and I had half ribs left. So they have a refrigerator and stuff, but I didn't notice where the microwave was. I didn't notice that where the microwave was in my room. The microwave was gone. I took a picture of it. I could probably send to you.
Okay.
I'll do that here, on the way out.
I mean, there's a dead spot for the microwave?
Yeah, here, I'll show it. I can show it on camera right now. So, because I took a picture of it, I didn't really notice it until I needed it. I didn't really notice that there was no microphone. I mean, no microwave until I need it. So I'm going to put it up to the camera, and you're going to be able to see. I took a picture, and you can see. Can you see the hole, Dan?
I don't see anything yet.
We're on a delay.
Okay, you guys will see it here in a second. Kick's got it.
Yeah, YouTube's on a slower delay.
We're on Rumbles.
Oh, Rumble's even slower.
Yeah, it's even slower.
Yeah, there we go.
So you can see that's the hole.
It's like a TV-sized hole.
Yeah, that's so you guys can see it. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Behind it.
You'll have to touch your screen again. It dimmed.
What? But aren't they so behind that they'll get it here now? Or
hopefully, if they don't see it on their screen yet, just take your mouse and click the live button. Sometimes Rumble lags up, gets behind like that.
We saw it.
What? Was just a dead plug hanging?
Yeah.
What an S-hole hotel.
Oh, no, it gets better.
Oh, it's a resort, Dad.
It gets better, Dan. So it gets better. It gets better.
GSR? It's not like GNR.
So listen to this. So I'm like, well, I got 2 days worth. So Friday morning I get up. I'm like, man, I'm not due to meet Doug. I got Mario around noon that I'm meeting at the resort. So I might just warm up those ribs or that sandwich or something. I don't care if breakfast is lunch and lunch is breakfast. I don't care. So I go to I got my leftovers in my fridge, and I go to I'm like, oh my God, where's our microwave? Merch Crick. I said, hey, Merch Crick, call down at the front desk and tell them our microwave's been stolen. That's what I told him to say. I did. Because what would you think?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you think? You'd think maybe the people here before me stole it. And
the guy paying the weekly rate took it on his way out.
So Merch Crick calls the front desk, and she's like, yeah, I just want to let you know we're in room, I can remember my room number was 1841. I was on the 18th floor.
That's kind of cool.
And you had the king room?
Yeah. And she goes, yeah, this is 1841. They're like, yeah, we know. I'm like, yeah, our microwave's gone. And she goes, oh, yeah, ma'am. We've taken all the microwaves out of the rooms, and if you'd like to have your microwave, it's $39 a day. It's
Get out of here. Come on.
It's $39.
Come on.
I'll call the goddamn. I'll call the Grand Sierra Resort right now.
Basic things out and then charge you for
30. So that means there's a warehouse full of. They have over 2,000 rooms. There's unless
There's
they
got to
just
be several hundred of them.
I mean, at least they just took them out of the jobber rooms and maybe maybe the full blown Sweet Willies. They were able to keep their microwave, but. And it'd be interesting if we navigate through this website, if they ever tell you while you're booking that $39 a day to have a microwave.
They have soap and shampoo in the shower, where they charge you for that too.
No, they
running water extra.
Now, Dan, even you having money, if you were told, you call down and they're like, yeah, Mr. Diaco, we can bring a microwave up. But
it's Dr. Diaco.
Okay, yes, sir, Dr. Diaco.
Let's start with
Esquire.
It's $39 a day to have a microwave in your room. I mean, come on.
I'd be livid. I would be livid, dude. You got that. I can understand your frustration, Bubba. I thought you were overreacting when you told me how crappy your weekend was.
We've just begun.
I mean,
we haven't begun the travel portion. This is absolutely a popsicle stand. My Grand Sierra Resort, Dan, is absolutely a 1 on a scale from 1 to 10, and my travel nightmares are a 12. Getting back. Yes, hello.
Hello. Can I speak to Let Me off the air?
Yes, you can. I'm going to try to find the Grand Sierra Resort. Here, call him right now. I'm going to ask him. Okay. Well, I just had the phone number. Here we go. All right. So let me call. I'm just going to tell him that I'm.
Thank you for calling Grand Sierra Resort and Casino in Reno, Nevada. If at any time you require assistance from an operator, dial 0. For hotel and reservations, press 1. For dining and restaurants, press 2.
I should just hit 0, shouldn't
For
I?
the Grand Theater box office, press 3.
Yeah.
I'll transfer you now.
I'm going to see if.
Thank you for calling Grand Sierra Resort. This is Lorena. I'm assist you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in room 1841, and my microwave isn't in here. Can I get a microwave?
We don't have them available, sir. I'm so sorry, and there's nowhere that we can send you to that you would be able to use one.
Well, I called yesterday, and they were like, it was like $39 a day that I could get one. Is that true? I mean,
yeah, if that's correct, if we had them available, but we do not.
Oh, so if you did have them available, it'd be $39 a day, but you don't have any of it. You got them all rented out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You only have a certain amount of them, and then once they're all rented out, then you don't have any. I couldn't even get one if I wanted one.
That is correct, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I just want to make sure.
All right. Yep.
Am I lying?
Right.
Jesus.
Pimping out microwaves.
Am I lying?
How do they run out of them, too? Jeez.
Because there's stupid people that will pay $40 a day for a goddamn microwave.
No supply and demand, man.
You could literally go to like a Walmart and buy a microwave for under $100, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we did last week.
Under $100, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice one for $100.
Yeah, I go buy 50 of them and then advertise.
Sell them to other people.
No, advertise that I'll sell them whatever.
I'll rent
come
it
to my
for
room, microwave
$40 a day.
Come to my room, microwave your stuff, $5
Yeah.
pop.
Have a microwave party.
I'll have a big pickup truck downstairs with 5 microwaves across the back and say, hey, listen, just come on downstairs. It's $2 to microwave.
Yeah, in the old days, you'd have like a big old limo with champagne. Now you got a white box van with microwaves.
I mean, so as much as people thought I might have been embellishing, right?
No,
it looks
man,
like they started taking them out because people were stealing the microwaves.
They were stealing them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your security isn't good enough to be able to stop people with microwaves
Welcome
over their
to
shoulder.
Reno.
You know what? There you go. Welcome to Reno,
Yeah.
where they can't even have microwaves in your room because people steal them. That's how bad Reno is.
I wonder how many microwaves are getting stolen out of the rooms in like New York when they're having all these like migrants stay in these hotels. I wonder how much, they talk about the damage to the rooms and how they're being, really like disgustingly like unkept. But I wonder how much is being stolen, like TVs, microwaves, fixtures, light bulbs. They probably steal all of it.
Yeah. So anyway,
bolted all to the ground.
We have to get into Anna's stuff. We got to get into why Dan's in the doghouse. Now, Dan, are you in the doghouse?
Apparently I am. I didn't even know I was. I mean, Jesus, it's
Hold
like
on.
the doghouse keeps forming around me. Like
The doghouse ended out.
Fortnite.
The doghouse was literally the size of the doghouse, but now it's the size of the carriage house.
The dollhouse has become the size of the city. The whole city is I'm in the dollhouse.
Now, did you learn that you were in trouble? Did you know that you were in trouble? Like, did this something from last night, or is this a this morning thing? Or
this morning, I'm like literally like getting in the shower. She goes, oh. And I'm like, oh no. So I didn't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock, Bubba. Wink, wink.
Oh. Is it a K5?
I don't know what it is. It's a K.
What? It's a K10?
It's a K50.
Yep, they phoned that break in.
Me.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Who's on one?
Dan's bike buddy.
Oh, the guy that thinks it's okay to pay $9,000 for a bike. I guarantee you, he wouldn't pay $39 a day for a microwave.
Nope.
Hello.
Hey, Bubs, it's Jim. Hey, real quick, if you ever go back out to Reno, stay at the Peppermill Resort.
Okay. If I go when I go back to Reno, I'm just going to stay with my dad.
That'd be easier, huh? But the only cool thing about the Peppermill out there, it's the only place out there where they're not like you can go sit at the bar in the restaurant and you can gamble, and they don't count as far as a lot of the places out there. They count how much money you're gambling before you'll get free drinks. Out there, you literally can sit at the bar, throw $5 in, and play penny poker and drink free while you're eating.
Yeah, there was no man. I didn't spend hardly any time in the casino. I'm not much of a bettor. I took $50 and put it in one slot machine. Yeah. And it was so bad. It was so bad. You know how they rig up the slots? Yeah. I mean, listen, the only chance you got in gambling is if you can play human interaction games of chance, like 21, like blackjack, or craps, or 21 stud, or something like that, poker. You got a chance because but you don't have a chance against the slot machines. They used to make it so, man, the slot machines were the big attractions, and they would my one buddy was pretty high up in the Mandalay, and he's like, our slot machines have like a 94% payback. So a lot of most people win a little something from the slot machines, and that keeps them coming.
Right.
And they can still make money other ways. But now, man, here's the deal on me. I put $50 on a $1 slot, so every maximum bet was $3 every time.
Okay.
And I didn't win one time.
Whoa.
Well, hey, on another note, I wanted to say it was great seeing you out there with your father. I looked at all the pictures when you guys were out there, out at the resort, as far as the huge trees and stuff out there, and then I saw that you guys were in his garage, and I just wanted to say, I've listened to y'all for years and heard all the trials and tribulations going on between you and your father, and it's really good to see y'all getting past that. And I really hope and pray for you one of these days that.
Well, I'm gonna make it a yearly. I'm gonna make it a yearly trip. That I'm gonna go out and see my dad, and maybe that'll, I know how hard it is with what I'm going through and my son. So I'm not gonna do that to my dad, and I want to have a relationship with my dad, and I do now. So we've whatever was the problems are gone, and we're buddies now.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Now the only thing I have to question you on, I saw the pictures there in his shop, but. Is the vacuum cleaner still there?
No, it's not there. Stop.
I'm just joking.
See you later, son of a bitch. By the way, all of my pictures are on our Facebook page at The Bubba Army. A bunch of them. I'll show you a few. Here's a picture of me and my dad in his 32 Phaeton, and he let me drive it. And that thing's a handful. Man, those old cars, Dan, they don't have power steering or synchronized transmissions. So they're a handful. They really are. And then here's another picture.
That's the first time he ever let you drive that car, right?
Yeah, because when that car was in pieces when I was growing up. He finally got it complete.
Oh, it was never completed?
Never completed until he got to Reno. And then here's my dad and I in his shop.
Nice shop.
Oh, yeah, he's got a really badass shop.
He's got great hair.
How big is the shop?
Big, pretty big. Probably double the size of this room.
Wow.
And then there's a bunch of other pics. And you can go to our Facebook page if you like to see my pics. Let me go over here. I got another couple pics to show you, which will go right along the lines of my travel, which I'll get into. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making sure people know how bad Southwest is. I just want to let everybody know that. Here is the TSA in Denver. So I'm walking into Denver.
Denver's my least favorite airport after Atlanta.
And listen to this. That's at 3:30 in the morning.
No way.
That's at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, I can't wait to go in
and then,
a couple months.
Oh, you were in Denver
last May, but I'm going in September again.
Yeah, well, good luck to you.
For a wedding.
So here's my travel. Go to our Facebook page and you can see I kind of documented my travel back home all through our Facebook. So I leave the Grand Sierra Resort. My flight's at 12:30, Dan, Saturday afternoon. And I'm going to get back in Tampa at 11 p.m. Saturday night. So I'm thinking, and thank God that I did book my travel a day early. I could travel
because you're responsible.
Travel back a day early and not on Sunday
because you have commitments and responsibilities,
right?
And you're a mature person.
So I will tell you, Lummy, the only good thing about Reno was they did have this. We did have a little extra time. We left. Our plane wasn't until 12:30, so I figured I didn't get there till about maybe 10:30, quarter to 11 to return the car. And TSA didn't seem to be a big deal. And by the way, the Reno airport looks like it's straight from 1986. Like it looks like straight from,
Same shag?
Yeah, just whatever. So I did stop at a little place called Jack's Cafe, some little mom and pop joint, like and somewhere in downtown. And it was like and God, I had the best breakfast ever. That's the only thing besides seeing my dad, that's the only thing I would go to Reno, Nevada for. This little hole in the wall called Jack's Cafe. So we get to the airport. Here, I wrote it all down so I didn't forget it. Anna, you're never going to believe. And I know you're a patient. You're patient, more patient than me. But I even think you being patient, and Dan, I know you would have absolutely blown your lid on this. So we are supposed to leave Reno at 12:35. So we get into the airport. PM, right. With a connection, here's the problem. Connection flights. That's the problem. If you don't fly direct, you're going to get screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no other way to get to Reno. No way. So the first time I went through Phoenix, I did meet this really, really nice woman in the Reno Southwest ticket counter that did give me a few. She was a big listener listening to the show. She knew who I was.
Oh, sweet.
And she tried her best to hook me up. But she used to listen to us on 104.1 out there,
nice.
KRZQ. And she, when this was all going south, was trying to help me. But she said, never fly through Denver and never fly through Vegas when coming to Reno. Always go through Phoenix. They never have problems on those flights. Well, anyway, we return our car and we go into the hotel, into the airport about 11 o'clock. Now our plane leaves at 12:30. And automatically on, how you look on the boards, the arrivals and departures, you just kind of always look at, I know what your ticket says, but you always look at the board just to, see what gate it is and make sure you're on time. It says, I look up there and it says to Denver, Southwest flight number, whatever, to Denver, delayed an hour and 35. I'm like, okay. So I get to the gate and the woman's like, listen, we're checking in, or we're at the gate, and she says, listen, it's looking like the plane that's leaving Vegas is supposed to be your plane that's taking you to Denver, but it's having mechanical issues. So they're having to switch planes, causing it to be super late here, and it's looking like you're going to miss your connection in Denver. And if you miss your connection in Denver, then we're going to have to give you a hotel voucher for you to stay at a hotel, near the airport, and then we'll give you another $200 voucher for your problems. And she said, then we can get you out at 5 a.m. Sunday morning to Dallas, and then Dallas to Tampa.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, oh, God. Well, it comes to find out that so I'm sitting down, and this girl's named Stacy. And again, I only got this VIP treatment because she knew who I was. So she walks up and she gives me all these vouchers and all these tickets and all these new tickets because my old tickets aren't good anymore because I'm going to be new tickets because I ain't flying today. I'm flying tomorrow. And she gives me these hotel vouchers and she gives me these other vouchers and everything. And she's being super cool. Well, then she comes back to me and she says, it looks like you might make it. So I'm going to give you 2 sets of tickets. I'm going to give you, in case you get in Denver in time, you only got to, we were 10 gates away. We're landing like at C-37, and our gate to go from Denver to Dallas was like C-27 or something. She's like, so if you get off the plane and you run, you might be able to make the flight. That right now, according
Does
to...
it just look like I run?
Yeah. Right now, because the plane's landing, and if we can get everybody on and get everybody off, you still got like 17 minutes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And what kind of bag did you have? Any?
Just my little roll-on, Willie. So then she comes up to me. She says, listen, let me go ahead and take those other tickets away from you that I just gave you, because it's kind of looking like, go ahead and give me your tickets now, because it's looking like your guys are not going to make it, because the plane's here, but the pilot that flies your plane is delayed because the dispatcher had him he was supposed to fly in from another city into Reno, jump off that plane and get on my plane. And his plane's running late too. So we had the plane,
right,
but we didn't have the captain. Now why wouldn't you have a captain? I don't know,
a backup captain?
Yeah. Something, right?
Yeah, they used them all up like the microwaves. The problem is there's no captains anymore because they made them all get vaccines, and some of them quit, and some of them got sick, and now there's a pilot shortage because the airlines were trying to cut their costs when the flying was low.
All right, so it gets better. So the captain finally comes, and it's like, okay, you might
Is he
get...
like Captain Crunch, or is it a real captain?
No, it's a real captain.
Okay.
I don't know if they took the baggage guy on and just put a shirt on him or what.
You would never know.
I don't know.
God.
I don't know. But the woman does, the Stacy woman, I was scheduled for B sitting Lummy, and that would have put me in the middle of the plane. She got me A,
nice,
preferred, so I'd be right up front, so that in case we got to Denver in time, I could O.J. Simpson, down to my thing. Now, the only bad thing about that was it was going to be guaranteed that I was going to be the last guy on the flight, and I was going to have a middle seat, and we weren't going to be able to sit together. So I was already had anxiety about that. So we're on the plane. Captain gets there. We're still if he really gasses it up, and then she's going to tell me they will. We're sitting there, and the plane. Everybody's ready to go. Doors shut. Yep. We're sitting there. All of a sudden, we hear. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. The guy was late from the other flight, because we've got a captain shortage here, and I wouldn't get the vaccine. But anyway, we have to sit here for another 20 or 30 minutes because there's some shifting winds. Getting out of Reno is a little tricky because of the basins and the mountains and stuff. And so air traffic controllers has us sitting here until the winds shift. I'm like,
how long did the wind shift?
What? So we sit there now for about 20 or 25 minutes. And so now I'm guaranteed to have, I'm done. So we land into Denver. My plane from Tampa has already left.
Of course. It's left hours ago.
No, left about 40 minutes. So
Don't you hate when you're on a plane and you realize that the back half of your trip is just getting destroyed and there's nothing you can do?
Yeah.
You just sit there and you fester and you stress.
And I'd already festered over the Grand Sierra Resort experience.
Jesus.
Thank God I had such an unbelievable time with my dad, and I'm going to make it a yearly trip. I just am going to be
Will you?
Yeah, I am. But I'm just going to make it. I'm going to fly through Phoenix.
Yeah, or fly the helicopter.
Or drive.
Or would you tell him to come visit you?
I might do that. I might say, hey, Dad, I'll pay for it. You just come to here.
Please.
Yeah, please. So anyway, I have the distinct honor. Now, if you know Denver, which Anna, you've flown, it's a pretty big airport.
Yeah.
You got to take this bus. You got to go down the escalator. Then you got to take this tram to go from C to B to A to the terminal. And then once you get to the terminal, man, you got to figure out where you got to. Now, we don't know where we're going. We just know that we need to go and find the airport shuttle for the Marriott Courtyard, because on our travel vouchers, on our hotel voucher that Southwest gave us, it said airport, Courtyard, Marriott, free room voucher. They printed it all up for us. So we go out to ground transportation. There's 5 rows, islands, and we don't know where to go. It says hotel taxi shuttle service, but there's every other hotel except the Courtyard Marriott. So I go to this one dude and I go, hey, do you know where the Courtyard Marriott hotel? He goes, oh, that's on Island 5. I'm on Island 2, where it's advertised where the hotel shuttles are. I'm like, well, why would he? So I go out there and he loads me up. Then you got to take that cattle call ride from the airport on a big van to the hotel. Now, and so I get to the hotel. Now at this point I'm just beside myself because now I got.
What time of day is it?
This is like 6:00
p.m.
Yes.
So you've had enough already.
Oh yeah, I've been traveling since 9. I thought I was going to be into Tampa by 11, and now I'm not getting into Tampa until 4 p.m. on Sunday. Yeah. So I'm just beside myself. I'm tired. I got diarrhea. Full blown. Like I'm talking about full blown. As soon as you sit your ass on the toilet, you got like blowed out salad shooter chili.
Did you bring wipes?
No.
Oh no! So you're dealing with like jobber commercial
Single
toilet
ply.
paper?
Yeah.
Single ply.
Have you ever been to the airport and try to get a real good wipe? No. You know what? Your hand gets the
stuck.
majority of it.
Yeah.
So we get to the Marriott, Courtyard Marriott.
Because you don't have to sit down for hours at a
I
time.
will tell you this, man. Even though I had to pay for it, my hotel voucher was no good. We'll get into that.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I will tell you the Courtyard Marriott in the little airport area of Denver is a nice, bougie for $157 a night. That's a
deal.
It honestly probably wasn't even that nice, but compared to
yeah, you're right.
The whatever you've stayed at in Reno,
Grand Sierra.
So
we go to the woman. We're the first ones there. Now there's 9 couples that are headed to Tampa that are all in our same predicament. We just happened to be the first ones to get to the hotel because we were sitting up front because of my girl Stacy. All the other ones, a couple of them were handicap willies and all that kind of stuff, so I knew they'd be trickling in. So we get there, we're like, hey, we're with Southwest, and we got delayed, and we're flying out tomorrow, and they've given us these hotel vouchers to stay here, and so here they are. And she gets on her little computer. She goes, I'm sorry, but we have not had anything from Southwest. Usually they'll book a room through their central booking deal, and I'll have a record of it, but they don't. There's nothing here for you. There's nothing I can do. I'm like, what? She's like, I have this hotel voucher right here. She's like, I see the voucher, sir, and 90% of the time they're valid, but within my system, they'll buy a block of rooms when they know they've issued these vouchers, and they've not purchased any room. I'm like, well, can you call? She's like, well, no, I can't call Southwest, but you can.
Oh,
like, okay.
Making you do the heavy lifting.
So now I have to get out of line of the hotel and go sit in the lobby. Not me, the merch crick. And the merch crick is now on the phone with Southwest.
Don't you love?
Oh yeah,
so great having her with you though.
But not only that, Dan, would this not swear you off of traveling?
Oh yeah, well, I hate traveling.
So I'm now in a lobby. I'm supposed to be getting a hotel room. It's 6:00. I got swamp ass. I just want to take a shower, take pills, and watch the Nuggets beat the Lakers the last half. That's all I want to do. So the merch crick's on the phone with Southwest. And they're like, this is what they say. She's got her on speakerphone. I'm listening. She's like, yes, ma'am, I see that you were issued a hotel voucher, but things have changed. It looks like they've switched hotels. And
no way.
Yeah. So your hotel is a different. So we're like, okay, well, what hotel is it? Is it at least, in this area? Because we were in an area where there was like maybe 10 hotels. How each, even in Tampa.
Airports have a cluster of hotels around them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. They always do.
So I said, so ma'am, or Merch Crick's like, okay, ma'am, so how do we get to the right hotel? And she goes, well, first of all, you're going to have to go back to the airport and you're going to have to go to a ticket counter, and they will have your confirmation in your name, and they will issue you a new voucher, and then you're going to have to take that shuttle bus to the new hotel. I'm like, no. What? I go up to the front desk. I go, how much is a room here? She's like, it's $157 with tax and tag and tourism fees and yippee-yo. At least she was upfront about it. She goes, it's $195. I'm like, here, please, just get me a room. So I get a room, spend the night, have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, travel to Denver. I mean, go to the Denver, and then we walk in, and I think I showed you guys. Did I show everybody the picture of the Denver TSA?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, while I'm at the Denver TSA, now this happened in Tampa, and this happened in Phoenix. Every trip I took, so I took Tampa to Phoenix. I went through TSA one time there because, once you're gate side, you don't have to go through it.
Right.
Then I went Reno to Denver, and I had to go through TSA there. And then I went Denver to Dallas, and I went through TSA there. So I went through TSA 3 times, and every time they gave me the advanced crotch search. And Anna, it sounds like Blitz may have gone through that same search.
I was shocked.
And so
mouth agape, being like, he is getting groped.
So the guy, it starts in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this is pretty much how it goes with it. This is pretty much how it went with all 3 times they checked me. First of all, they show this big blob of metal right on my cock.
Bubba.
Right. Yeah, I probably should dump that. They
say that.
So I dumped it.
This is chicken I was
You
traveling
forgot.
with.
Yeah. So
Male chicken.
I had a male chicken. I had a rooster with me, and I played for South Carolina.
A doodle do.
I'm a game.
Maybe you should take 5 days off.
So
That's the rules.
I go to the scanner, and they're like, sir, we need to do an advanced search of your groin area because they're showing that you have metal. Do you have any metal plates or anything or any hit? I'm like, no, I don't have anything.
Big brass balls.
I don't have nothing. He's like, are you sure you don't have your cell phone in your pocket? And I said,
Nope.
no, I don't have anything in my pocket. He's like, okay, well, we're going to have to do a search. Now, please let me. And they go through this whole spiel. We'll be using the back of our hand, and we'll be going over your crotch and through your buttocks, and we'll be using the back of our hand, and we'll be sweeping in a downward motion. And I'm like, okay, all right. Now, this has never happened to me before. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, please step over here, sir. Like, okay, so I'm sitting there, and Anna will tell you, it is borderline sexual battery.
Yeah. It's bad.
I mean, they get up on your balls. They get up on your balls. They get up on your rectum.
Not your balls.
I mean, Anna, what did you see?
What did I see?
I mean, am I lying?
Exactly what you described. It was like a guy was groping Blitz with the back of his hand up in his pee-pee, around his balls. I was like, what's going on over there?
And was Blitz like, are you kidding me?
He had no metal either. He took his belt off. No gun. Nothing.
Did they show you the blob, Bubba?
Yeah.
It's like if you have a little bit of too much fabric, anything that flags the machine, because it's not just a metal detector. It's like everything.
So I'm like, I think I just got raped. So anyway, we get to Dallas. We get to Dallas, and we have 2-hour layover, and we decide to go down to the food court. Which, by the way, Dallas has a beautiful airport. Oh my god!
Yeah, I've been to Dallas a couple times. It is a nice airport, and they do have good food there.
Well.
What'd you get?
So
Did you do a food review?
I go. No, Anna, I am so not in a food review. There was an In-N-Out burger at in Reno that I should have, but I was just in such, other than seeing my dad and stuff, I was Grand Sierra'd out, and I'm traveled out. It took me 2 days to get to Tampa.
Yeah.
So I go to Moe's.
The Mexican deal?
Yeah. And I get a burrito, a chicken burrito, and Merch Crick doesn't like anything. You know how she is, of course, except so I get nachos and plain cheese.
Nice.
And a monster drink, and a bottle of water. And guess how much it costs?
35.
$46.
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
$46.
Airport food's very expensive. Airport, like, little stuff is super expensive. I mean, I'll go into like one of those little things, get, like you said, like some snacks and a magazine, and it's $40-$50. It's disgusting.
So I spent 20 on boiled eggs.
Everything else, the flight from Denver, I'm from Dallas to Tampa was fine, and I got home yesterday at 4. I left my hotel room at 9, and I got back to Tampa at 4 p.m. the next day, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm getting sick.
So that was 31 hours.
You could have driven. Almost.
I mean, I wonder how far. Alexa, how far is it to drive from Tampa, Florida to Reno, Nevada?
From Tampa, Reno is 2,776.8 miles away by car. Would you also like the weather for Reno right now?
It's about 34 hours of driving.
Yeah, I could have almost driven. Not got my balls accosted.
Save some money.
Save some money.
Maybe.
So anyway.
Was it a good burrito, though?
No. Made me poop.
Well, what did you think it was going to do?
So, Dan, how flipped out would you be from the hotel? Your hotel's not good. I'm going. I want you to get this air check for me.
Yep.
And put the whole Southwest experience, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to send this to the CEO of Southwest.
You should.
And I'm going to say, hi, I'm Bubba the Love Sponge. I have a nationally syndicated radio show. Here are my distribution number. Here are my platforms. I got nearly 85,000 subscribers on YouTube, 138,000 followers on Facebook. I don't know how many followers on Kick and Rumble and Instagram and here's all of my distribution methods, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life. I might make a commercial that runs on my show every day that says, under any circumstances, under last resort only, should you ever consider flying Southwest. They are the worst.
And that's how I felt about them over the last couple of years, because I've had some other experiences with Southwest over the last couple of years that have been very similar in the fact that they just don't care at all about any of the passengers.
Let me cut this out.
They really don't care.
Cut out what I'm about to say. I flew Southwest this trip. It was great.
No. Anna, listen, we're going to cut all this out. But I have flown.
No problems.
I've flown Southwest, and other than if it's a direct flight, I've never had a problem, ever.
Yeah.
Southwest, Tampa to Indy, I don't know how many different times.
Yeah.
Never had a problem.
We had a what do you call it?
Did you have a layover?
A layover there, but not back. And that was definitely the move.
Cut all that out, Lemmy.
Yeah, right. In Nashville. It's fine. Same plane. Didn't even have to move.
Southwest is pretty good when it's direct. But if you don't ever include, take nonstop Southwest flights only. What pissed me off more than anything, Dan, is when I got to the hotel room and they tell me that it's no good, and the only way I can get a new hotel voucher is to go back to the airport, stand in line at a ticket counter.
Yeah, it's crap.
Get a voucher, then find that shuttle bus, because the Courtyard Marriott isn't going to take me back.
Were you mad at Stacy at that point?
No, I'm not mad at Stacy. She tried her best. It was not her fault. It was the dispatcher who's supposed to call in the hotel rooms. She's just the gate agent.
Yeah.
It's not her fault at all.
Again, Southwest doesn't really care about its passengers. They just care about the bottom line.
So I'm telling you right now.
GSR.
So I'm telling you right
now. Just like GSR, the Grand Sierra Resort doesn't give two rat's asses about you. They just care about the bottom line. And, it's a shame, because things like staying at a resort at a casino town like Reno, or flying a jet across the country used to be nice, prestigious things to do where they took care of you and they cared about you. But now nobody cares anymore about you.
Well, here's the deal, man. I'm really swearing off of like, I may not go to Ronnie's wedding now.
Oh, come on.
Because I had such a bad experience.
Where's his wedding? New York?
Vegas.
No, Vegas.
Direct
on Spirit.
Risk it on Spirit. Can't get any worse.
And I've heard that Spirit is worse and riskier on flight delays and cancellations than Southwest.
But that's the fun part about taking a risk is that it could be better. It could be better because how much worse could it have gotten with Southwest?
Well, again, I'm
Who
a
turned
slave.
on Rhett's mic? Idiot.
I'm a slave to Spirit because they're the only ones that fly from Tampa to Atlantic City, and I have to do that flight for Jersey. And Spirit has screwed me over. Literally a third of the time, there's a problem. 1 out of 3 flights, it's either delayed, canceled, or there's something disruptive about the flight.
Hello. Yes, Johnny Delay, are you there? You're on the air.
Sorry, I still had it muted.
Well,
how are y'all this morning?
Good.
Have you been listening to the show? Not great.
Yeah, I've been listening.
We're getting ready to get into Dan's drama, Anna's drama, and then we're going to do some news if we got time.
We got Charleston drama.
Yeah, we got Charleston drama. We're no longer on Charleston, my friend, but we hopefully the people of Charleston will figure out other ways to follow us.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I was calling, because I tried to call them direct. They don't want to answer, so I figured what better to go to the source itself and to find out.
Well, if you go, we got a couple different ways. If you wanted to visually watch us, which is kind of the way to do it, I would go to kick.com, and you could watch us. Or if you just wanted to just straight listen to us, I'd go into, I'd get the Bubba Army app. Or the TuneIn app and search in Bubba Army, and you could listen to us either that way.
Why'd they kick you off?
We just couldn't come to terms. It was a mutual decision, as you can see on my. If you monitor my Facebook, I kind of went through it. I kind of did I did a statement, and maybe Lummy, I should read that statement on the air. Well, I don't know if I should read that statement on the air because people of Charleston aren't going to hear it.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But it was an amicable departure, and I wouldn't be surprised that we don't return to Charleston one of these days. But right now, we've parted ways.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Amicably. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Yeah, amicably.
I guess I have to find new ways to listen now, because I turned the radio on the other morning and they were playing music, and I was like, no.
They got great music over there, so. Continue to listen to them or find us by some other means. Okay, bud?
Definitely will.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Charleston Bubba Army.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, instead of writing a letter to the CEO, why don't you send a letter to Pete Buttigieg?
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't he supposed to fix all this garbage?
Yeah. The Department of, I'm sorry, the head of what? Department of Transportation?
Yes.
Yeah, I got to go, Bubba.
From South Bend, Indiana?
Yeah, you'll see that.
The old mayor.
Pete Buttigieg.
Get you really far.
That'll get me real far.
Yeah, that'll get you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The best chance you have, Bubba, is like you said, sending the air checks to the CEOs of
Let me get them all ready for me, man.
And of GSR, and destroying them online on Instagram and Facebook and Yelp and all that stuff, and just go after them because they completely screwed you over.
Yeah.
Both of them did.
I'm actually going to cut 2 different commercials that we run every day that say, hey, if you're thinking about going to Reno, 1, think about it again. Think about it again, and then if you gotta go for a funeral, a wedding, or to visit family, or to ski, that's the only 3 reasons you would want to have to go to Reno. Then don't take Southwest, and don't stay at the Grand Sierra Resort. And if you're flying anywhere else in the world, don't take Southwest. Well, you want to get delayed? Take Southwest. They're the worst.
And it looks like they're about to have a pilot strike.
Great.
Oof.
They already have I was on my plane and we didn't even have a pilot because he was flying in from somewhere else.
It's ridiculous.
Don't you think your pilots should be in the city? Right?
Yeah, at least an hour before.
God. Anyway, Anna traveled to New York. We'll have a couple stories about that next. And Dan says we cannot speak about his situation.
For probably another 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Probably.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Welcome. Hello, Anna. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good. feeling a little better.
You sound so much better.
I think I have a little more horse. Although by the end of the show, I'll probably be a little. My voice will be worn. People don't realize, man, that when you talk for 6 hours a day nonstop, that you kind of, it's tough on your vocal cords.
Oh, no doubt.
It really, like most people don't have to talk all day.
Mm-mm.
Most people, like, sit at a desk, or even if you're a heavy equipment operator, you're just in there. Maybe you're singing along to a song or something like that. But just a lot of, not everybody's a full-time talker. That's
and
what
not only
we are.
that, at least for me, my social quotient is exceeded by the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
So like in jiu-jitsu yesterday.
Oh, I really like that, what you said, that what you call it.
The social quotient.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, because
can you teach me that?
Yes,
teach me how to say it.
words.
My social quotient.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I could be like, "Hey Tara, I'm sorry it's 5 o'clock, but my social quotient is just
right."
I'm at the end of it.
I've reached my quota today for talking to other people. So like at jiu-jitsu yesterday, I didn't want to talk to anyone, which is hard when you're doing partner work.
Right, when you're like learning.
And you're trying to be friendly, and I was just like, I just want to do the move, you do the move on me. I do the move, you do the move on me. But instead it's like, oh, how you doing?
Some
I'm like,
women,
shut up.
and I know that people probably think that, some people think that I'm a dick because I don't like to talk. Like after the show, I just don't like to talk.
You're just exhausted, mentally exhausted.
Right. Like I'll text all day, but like sometimes Mark Tate, the owner of the building, which God bless his soul.
I know who he is.
I love him.
Yep.
FT, Greg, and Amy, Hall of Famers, 25 on the Cash
Oh,
App.
God bless him.
Greg and Amy. By the way, Amy saved my ass a few nights ago.
Did she?
She let me use
Talked
her.
you off the ledge.
She let me.
Oh, sorry.
Amy is so cool. This is how cool Greg and Amy are.
Yeah.
So I wanted to watch this thing. I guess I'm probably admitting to something. Maybe they'll. You know what? I may not be here tomorrow. I may be in federal prison. Nonetheless, there was something that was on Hulu that I needed to watch. Well, I don't have a Hulu subscription. So I texted all my friends, everybody, and nobody had one. And I said, well, maybe Greg and Amy that are on the road all the time. So I texted Amy. I said, hey, Amy, obscure question. Do you have a Hulu account? She's like, well, sure. I go, can you give me?
Can I tap into it?
Like a straight white trash. I go, can you give me your sign-in code and passcode? Because I'd like to. Well, there's one show I want to watch. I'll completely erase everything afterwards. I go, I'll never. She's like, no problem. So next thing you know, I'm in bed watching Amy's Hulu account.
Yeah.
Greg and Amy.
See what she's been up to.
No, I didn't go into any of that. I watched my one show and I got out.
Jay Costeca, 50 on the Venmo on the overnight, and Will Wilson, 20 on Venmo.
You know, Anna, you're white trash when you're on such a budget that you have to get a hold of your trucker friends to get their Hulu passcode.
Well, you want to know something funny?
What?
Blitz and I are still on his ex's account, so.
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, there you go.
She hasn't kicked him off, so we're like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Let's
whatever,
see what she's
dude.
been watching. Because it'll tell you, like, recently watched, so I'm like, oh, man.
And you're a Snoop Dogg.
That looks, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a good show.
Now, did you see
Check it
anything
out.
and be like, oh, little nasty freak watching?
Well, it's Netflix, so it can only get so, freak nasty.
Right.
But, yeah.
So anyway, by like a lot of people think that I'm probably somewhat rude, but I just don't like to talk. I really don't after the show.
No, you're mentally exhausted. You don't want to entertain. You don't want to have to think of anything funny to say. And then once you've branded yourself as like a funny entertainer, people, when they see you, they're like, oh, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. And you're just like, get
They're
away from
expecting
me.
me going, that's right, buddy. You know, that made
Yow,
me
yow,
jump.
yow.
Let me tell you something, buddy. Did you hear what DeSantis did today? Oh, my God, can you believe he's such a dick? Oh, my God, did you hear about that guy who crashed into the White House? They expect me to kind of like put on a mini show. So when I'm like, hey, buddy, how you doing? They're like, huh?
Is everything okay? You're like, yeah, I just don't want to talk to you anymore.
Just chill.
Right.
I just, I need to. I actually, the Merch Crick knows that when I get home, we kind of have a rule. I don't want to act like I'm too much of a heavy-handed son of a bitch, but I do have a rule that I need 45 minutes to an hour of decompression. And so I sit in my recliner and I either take a little bit of a nap. I put this little Afghan over me and I take this little bit of a nap, or I'll go on my iPhone and like do some business, like, look at our YouTube, like just
look at some stats,
return some emails, making sure you're keeping up with your podcasting, making sure Lummy's screwing up in every way possible.
Yeah.
Making sure Rhett's being a filthy ginger, all of that. And so then after an hour, she can slowly approach me.
Okay.
Slowly. But don't come with me. Don't come at me.
Full hot.
Yeah, so she knows, you can't come at me. With any type of, now there's some things she needs some clarification on, on some merch and stuff like that.
Sure, if there's a quick question,
right? But
I don't want to hear how your day was.
Right.
Does she got to bring you a gift, like a treat, some food?
No, she has.
You mean a bribe?
She needs to bring a hungry mouth.
Oh.
No.
Jesus.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't even tell you, and I'm probably one of the most sexual people.
You really are.
Of that I know of. Mm-hmm. And I on every time, every day, and it's probably been well over a week since I've done anything, and I usually don't go more than a day. I'm doing something. Mm-hmm. I'm getting my Nop You Top, Lummy, in some way, shape, or form.
Wow.
And it's been a week. I don't know what it is, and I really don't have. I don't have
totally normal, actually.
It's here's the thing.
Been traveling.
It's
tired.
I think as soon as I get out of my routine, then that just completely messes my everything up.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I am so routine based.
Yeah.
I'm out of here by noon. I'm home by 12:15 because it just. Literally, I could walk home. I'm home by 12:15. I eat at 1:30. Mm-hmm. I take my medication at 3, and I try to be passed out by 6. Mm-hmm. And then anything I can get in between there is when I do my phone calls and my other businesses and track schedules and insurance renewals and IRS situations. I'm in the middle of negotiating an IRS deal. Accountants. Baby mama payoffs, just Lummy mess ups, just things that I got to do. Dealing with Andy or Macho Man a lot because he's in the middle of doing a bunch of
doing supersets. Yeah,
and not only am I supersetting weights, but this damn job's got me supersetted too. He's doing
going
stuff.
Crazy.
Lummy's dealing. Lummy, I can't. Matt Major and Tim Brown and Gary Cantrell and JC Caviar Tacos and who else am I missing? I think that's
pretty much it. Yeah,
they have really all stepped up.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Brown and Matt Major, they've all stepped up and they're helping us kind of clean things up with regards to our Bubba Army landing page. We're in the midst of making BubbaArmyRadio.com more user-friendly and taking out all the old stuff and reskinning the new stuff and maybe a different processing, credit card processing deal. And maybe there's a chance, we're trying to get various estimates. We might make BubbaArmyRadio.com free and then run ads instead. Nice. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing. John Bugatis is coming in today to do some rewiring of stuff, and do
Gary's
server stuff.
On a lot of videos.
Gary, listen, we got now a full-blown, if you can see behind Hannah's little peanut head, maybe I should turn the lights down a little bit there, look a little better behind. Let's see here.
Yeah, the glare is strong.
Yeah, it is, and you really can't, let me see here how that looks. I'm turning, of course, I don't know how far behind I am. Let me go over to, what seems to have the fastest feed, Lummy?
Kick,
yeah.
Thank you, Rat, Lummy.
Sorry.
Appreciate it.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Rat, I was just going to hear you. They love you. Rat, they love you. All right, so hold on. That, you know what? But you can't quite see the
Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, homies. Maybe I could have Big Red build maybe more. Oh, right. Hold on. Wait for it. Let me see here. Oh, yeah.
That's it. Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Let's get it just right.
Maybe right. Hold on. Maybe. Oh, yeah. See how you can just see a little glimpse.
The silhouette.
Just a glimpse of him.
It's good.
But you still can't really make out what's behind you. It looks like a big, white blob.
Well, so
we could always dim the TV.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Gary Cantrell who you were just talking about.
Who?
The Gary Cantrell said that maybe the brightness.
Can we also put I didn't interrupt you. Macho Man, can we one of these days work on repositioning my mic stand? Because I just hate how this big bar comes in.
Oh, yeah, it's on my list.
You want to do it right now?
No, I do not.
Oh, no, live on the air gimmick? Okay.
No. So, let me, what were you going to say? The Gary Cantrell.
Yeah, and kind of what Rhett was saying, bring the brightness down on the TV a little bit, which might help be able to see the image in the camera.
Or I also can have Big Red maybe configure up a little spotlight thingy for the Hall of Famers.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you put like understrip, like real light, low understrip lighting underneath the shelves that they're on.
Oh,
something like that. I don't know. And then the thing eventually was as Cantrell and the graphic guys building us stuff to run through the TVs.
Oh yeah, they're working on a lot of different stuff, and so is Caviar Tacos.
Yeah, and I need to, within whatever artwork or whatever graphic that we use on the TVs, which there's going to want. By the way, I think Big Red hangs my TV today.
Oh, nice.
So there'll be a TV behind me.
Where?
Directly behind me. Yes, your Warsaw sign. No, I think your Warsaw sign.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was concerned about.
Anna, I know your little peanut head. I'm going to have your
Warsaw sign. I got you.
Warsaw sign.
I love looking at it so much.
I'm gonna have it displayed. Okay, I may put it on the refrigerator. I don't know, but we'll have it displayed.
You may have it on the refrigerator.
Honest to God, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not, because I could care less what you think about me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here just to like blow smoke up your ass.
Oh, I know.
But honest to God, it's one of my favorite gifts.
Oh, that makes my heart happy.
No, it really is, because one, it took thought.
Yes.
And two, it's something that I'm a mark for Warsaw.
Oh, I know.
And
I know.
It just took so much. Like, what made you think of that? Were you just like on a sign website and you can make any sign you wanted? Like, what made you think of it?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I pride myself on being a good gift giver, because a good gift giver is a good listener. So I'm like, all right, what is this a-hole like? I'm like, Indiana, Warsaw, Packers. And then I just start like thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, what can I do? And then I went on Etsy, which is one of my favorite websites. And I saw a sign for something and go, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
By the way, the Planet Dan shirt that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
There's only 10 left.
Oh.
And that's it. We're not doing a reprint. So there's only 10 left. And then
Dan's going to buy all 10.
He should. And then Mushroom Mitch, Lummy, he does tumblers now.
Yeah, I saw those. They got put up.
We got a 20-ouncer. I'm sorry, we got a 20-ouncer. And there's very limited supply.
Like this one? Yeah. Oh, you're gonna pull it out.
They're the Arctic.
Ooh, I have both
actually,
of those.
you have a gray one. You don't have a black one?
No, I have a black one and a gray one.
Oh,
I have both.
Still Miss Potty Pants over there.
Yes, sir.
So we have two available. We have the 20-ouncer.
Here's the gray one.
And then we have the 30-ouncer. Bubba Army logo on the front, and then my autograph on the back. People love these things, especially for summertime.
I use mine every single day. Every single day.
I know people that do.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the 30-ouncer.
Nice.
And those are both available as we speak in a very limited time.
She think.
I think the Merch Cricks here is supposed to come here later today, and she'll get all those out. So go to Bubba Army Merch, Bubba Army Store, or BubbaArmyShop.com.
Get your shiz.
And grab you a Tiz Umbler.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, Lummy, is I got a reorder for the university. Those things sold so well.
Oh, I love. That's my favorite shirt that you've ever done.
I love it too.
I just like the classic kind of college university look.
So we have I think maybe early next week, a whole big box of that coming. We reordered, and then Lummy, I'm working on, and I got this idea from Nash's. Anytime Justin, because Jeremy's the inside dog. He doesn't.
Yeah, of course.
He can't. I mean, but Justin. That's a working outside, wiring up son of a bitch, full-blown electrician.
Sure is.
Climbing ladders, getting gout. the whole 9 yards.
He's getting gout.
Yeah.
He's
shame.
got gout.
Yeah, he does.
Bad.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and he drinks so much beer.
No, he cut it down now.
Because beer causes gout flare-ups.
He's got the worst gout known to man.
Uric acid.
He drinks a gallon of water before 12.
So anyway, he is always when he comes over to the track. I think Bob Cook has one too, but a lot, and I guarantee, I bet you Joe from Average Joe Landscaping, I bet you he's got one. But a lot of guys that work outside have like these straw hats.
Yeah,
they're very popular.
Yes,
they're very popular.
Kind of like rice patty hats.
Kinda, yeah. And I'm ordering some straw hats that have just a little 2x2 Bubba logo on them. On the top. Right here. Let me right on the forehead deal. A little 2x2 Bubba Army patch. And I don't think they're going to be that expensive. I think they're going to be like maybe, I don't know, 14 or 15 bucks.
That's it?
I don't know.
The last one I bought was like 20.
No.
I think it was $29.
No, I think they're 29.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Can I throw out a merch idea?
Yeah.
I had it in the shower the other day. I was like, oh, maybe one of these.
A loofah?
No, a lunchbox. Like the one that Dan has, kind of, or are those too expensive? With not like a plastic lunchbox, like an insulated sort of cool,
soft-sided.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
What is it called? Soft-sided? Yeah, soft-sided lunchbox.
Can you have Dan bring his Friday?
I think he brings it every day.
Okay,
He brings his monsters in him.
But Lummy, just shoot a reminder to him to bring his standard lunch gimmick.
Yeah, his little camo one.
And we could make those with a Bubba Army logo.
Yeah, like a black one with Bubba Army logo.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because I often need one of those and I don't have them, so I use a plastic bag everywhere I go.
And I was also thinking about, and we did these back in the day, but maybe a backpack, because I know everybody's got backpacks, don't they?
Backpacks. Oh, I do.
I mean, I know everybody's got a backpack of some sort.
Yeah, it kind of came back about 10 years ago. Backpacks were becoming pretty popular.
I mean, and we had a Bubba Army backpack back in the day. I mean, when you probably worked for the shipping department.
Yep.
And remember they were black with the Bubba the Love Sponge logo.
Yeah, right above.
They were so nice. So maybe that for like a back to school, kind of deal. Not that any kids are listening to us. Hopefully not. Although it was refreshing to get a 21-year-old dude, yesterday telling us about how cool we are for the younger generation. So anyway, there's going to be a TV behind me, Lummy.
Nice.
Maybe as early as tomorrow, and I don't know if Mini Mach will have that wired up, but we have the one of obviously the TV, the brand new TVs behind Anna, up on the Hall of Fame deal, and then we got 368-inch TVs, Lummies, that are going on the front fascia of the stage with another one wrapped around.
Nice.
So we're going to have that. And we just need some real cool graphics.
And we can, and it would like loop through all the TVs, right?
Oh, it could go. I think the I guess I got him slated up. Mini Mach, is it your vision that we can like sync them all up and go like they're all intersynced if we want to or something like that?
Absolutely.
Or now, are we going to have the ability for a sync up or an individual, Willie? Can they go individual too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll wire them up so you can do anything you want, so I don't have to hear your fat ass bitch. Yeah.
His macho impression gets better every time I hear it.
It does.
Hall of Fame, Grouper Lips, 25 on the Venmo.
Thank you so much. And so, and Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, it literally is the only way we make money for the most part.
Help us.
Yes, help us. It's a constant Jerry Lewis telethon.
I sent you an example of the lunchbox deal.
Yeah, I got it right here on Amazon. Lummy, you should probably put that on our Amazon list. Oh, well, no.
Well, I mean,
no, because
we want to do our own.
Yeah.
So if you click on, like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Now, would I have to get it embroidered or could I hot glue it?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me that. But
I think I'd have to probably have to hot glue it, Lummy, because if you embroider, you're going to have to go through all of this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to make it a lot more expensive.
Hot glue is the way to go. You just put a little hot glue willy, like a little 3x3 hot glue willy right there. And if you get the right hot glue and the right, not the cheap stuff, that stuff is almost impossible to pull off.
Perfect.
Certainly. And so now, Anna, would you even maybe? I don't think we have enough girl listeners that would. They would want. We have to order pink ones.
No,
just black.
Just black with like.
Yeah. So let me look like if we could buy.
Blue.
If we could maybe find the manufacturer of these, and they're not $12.99. They're $6.99 because everything's double willy.
Yep.
Sure.
We could find out who manufactures them, and then come up with like a little. And it looks like you can put what? This is what you can get in there, right here.
Yeah, about that size, maybe a little bit bigger.
So like a soda, like a sandwich. No, but the average guy who's not addicted, who doesn't have Munsters for lunch.
Right.
I think Dan puts 4 Monsters in there, does he
used
not?
to put Munsters in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, his is more like it's like almost a triangle kind of upstanding one. So it's a little different than that one.
I kind of like this one though.
Yeah, it's more of like a little suitcase.
I kind of like the simplicity of this one, and then you put your ice
Little
pack.
zipper.
You put
Yep.
your ice pack there.
Yep.
And I'm even assuming you could throw some ice cubes down in here if you wanted to.
Right.
And you got your.
If you just want to bring a few claws, to $1.99 or something like that.
Yeah, or like the average work guy who wants to put a piece of breaded chicken or some rice or a sandwich or something, and then a soda.
He's trying to eat responsibly. Put one of your. Sorry, go ahead.
Rainbow Rick says that he can do screen printed ones for you.
Ooh.
That'd be
really?
perfect for you. Yeah.
Put a little factor meal in there.
Tell Rainbow Rick to give me an all out the door price if he could.
Okay.
Put a what? Yeah, put
a factor meal with 2 super beets. And what else are we hawking?
What else we doing? What else? And a skag mower.
The Canon oil filter too.
Yeah.
Canon oil
and red
filter.
line.
And the zipper.
Quarter red line oil. all that craziness, right?
Yeah.
So, there'll be a TV behind me, and then there's gonna be 4 more, 3 on the one stage, and then 1 on the wraparound, and then there's gonna be 1 in that corner over there by the shower.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be 1 in that corner, TV wise.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna get I got to get Rhett to give me an estimate on the guys that do the step and don't forget, did you order? Are you getting information on the step and repeat?
I didn't order yet, but I did get in touch with them. Just waiting to hear back.
Okay. Then I need to measure the area where the shower, you can see the shower, and put a step and repeat banner there.
You mean the storage unit?
No, the shower.
For the shower, if you want.
No, the one step and repeat's fine.
It'd probably be much cheaper for us to just put some vinyl on the glass directly, because it's not going to hurt the glass, and the vinyl will last a long time inside.
Okay, but what if we want to peel it off? Will it peel off?
Yeah.
Or does it leave glue on the...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. As long as you do it right, and then you clean it afterwards. But if you ever need to peel it off in a year or two, I can always...
But don't they even have those static ones? Or those don't
they
work
do,
as well?
but they don't last as. I mean,
Right.
I don't know how long they would last. I don't know if one would static cling to the window and last for 2, 3, 4
All right,
years.
well, give me an estimate on that. And that would just be probably the Bubba Army logo, step and repeat.
I was thinking either for the window, black background, white logo would probably show up a little better on video. Either that or gray with the black.
No,
logo.
I like the black and white.
Okay.
And
then for the one over the 4 TVs, do you want to do black background, white logo?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good.
And
they also got that old design saved.
Don't have them gouges. Come on now.
No, not at all. They also got that old design save that we have for.
What design was that?
The one that's on the stage, the step and repeat we used to barp with the diamond cut.
Oh, okay.
Gray background and then the black logo. So whatever one you like better.
I think white logo is going to look better on camera.
Yeah.
And then eventually, where I have this old Bubba 98.7
in the front
banner.
Yeah.
I should probably do a step and repeat there, Rhett, or TVs.
Just a little pop-up Willie. Can't go wrong with more TVs.
Yeah, but boy, it could be.
My God, I'm living in Times Square.
I don't know that little piece of real estate's ever on air.
I don't
No,
think so.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine who's going to get the most benefit from more TVs up there.
Right.
We don't spend a lot of time up there.
No. And what we should do is we should get a piece of black vinyl and somehow Velcro it to Lummy and Anna's table, and then Velcro it, have red, build like a little ledge against the wall, and then Velcro it. Kind of like how the Rays tarp off the top.
Yeah.
Just tarp that area off so it's all black.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then if you need to get in there, you just, unvelcro it because it's just wires that's just kind of wire land, so to speak.
And no one really needs to go back there except for
it's just stuff for people to trip over and potentially mess up.
But aesthetically, man, if we had it Lummy tarped off with like the Rays do with an all black deal.
Yeah, that would look good.
Maybe even a step and repeat. Now that's probably too much. Just all black. Just all black, or a black and step and repeat, kind of a heavier set, maybe a little thicker mill vinyl so it doesn't, sag in the middle. It looks more taut, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think we could, with it being such a small area, we could probably latch it to the table in the in your bar area.
Just get a baby gate.
A baby gate. We're gonna get a baby gate.
A paint of black.
Let me. Are you baby gated out?
We have two, but he knows how to open them, so we got to make sure we lock them.
It'll be 6 months. I'll be climbing over them.
Yeah, I know.
In 3 weeks, he's just going to be tearing them down.
He already found out how he can kind of pull on one side and it comes off the wall.
He's just going to start Mike Allstott his way through them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He's gonna Mike Allstott right through them. Yeah. So anyway. I'm excited about all of our new graphics. I just hope, Lummy, that we do something besides what we got now. Just this right now, it looks like I'm on an acid trip and I'm listening to a Beatles record. If I look behind Anna, it's just like like it's a big lava lamp deal.
Oh, we talked with Macho too about putting some different graphics up there.
Well, different graphics and then the logo, and then let's not forget the original ideas. And I don't want to abandon this, but that is to flash the Hall of Fame names.
Yeah.
So no matter what artwork we use, we need to constantly, every once in a while, be throwing up a Greg and an Amy and a Scout and a Big Gulp and a Bubba Light and an Airtight Ski Pole and a Scotty Landers and a Heather Wiz and like those Iggy McGillicuddy, Pium Pium, Big Rad, Pium Pium.
Well, how hard would it be if we had
Iggy, Pium Pium,
like a
Pium,
John
Pium.
Cusack $100 or Susan Poitras, Mr. Carpenter? To flash their name on the TVs.
Well, I don't know. That's going to be a Rhett Macho Man deal because they're going to have Tournament Central back there. So I don't know if it's going to be just once we make something, it's set until we reprogram it, or if they're going to be able to change things on the fly or not.
Yeah, the live ticker element of that is going to be step 2 probably. I think step 1, we need to just figure out how we can format our video loop to get up there and make sure it gets all the info we want. Hall of Fame names, and then of course, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram,
right.
Kick, Twitch, all that.
And then the step 2 process of that, once we figure out step 1, which will take 3 years, then the step 2 process would be to be like, oh my God, Melissa Carpenter, $100, pium, pium, pium. Right, Lummy?
Oh yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Right in the background, their names.
Be great. That'd be that's a whole nother level. The Jamaican.
It does its own horn.
Yeah. Heard those a lot over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, but hold
What a
on.
nightmarish place. Everyone loves New York. I'm just like, who wants to live here? This is a hellscape.
I haven't heard anybody say they love New York in a while.
I gotta tell you, man. If not that we're that close and we talk about where you're vacationing, but had I known you were going to Manhattan, or had you kind of given me the details of your trip,
I just said we were going to New York.
I would have been able to say, listen, sister girl,
Yeah.
I used to have to go there every 6 weeks and stay for 3 days as part of my serious deal.
Yeah.
So every 6 to 8 weeks, all of us would go up there and have to stay we fly in Wednesday and we do Thursdays and Fridays there.
Where would you fly in? JFK or LaGuardia?
JFK.
Okay.
And then we stayed at the Crown Plaza right in Times Square. So, I mean,
that's hectic.
we did it rock star-ish. We weren't bumming. We literally all had our hotel rooms, and we had a, $50 per diem, food eating, and we were 2 blocks away from the studio, and we were right in the coolest part of the city. But even not, God, I could just told you, I hated it. I just hated it because
it's too busy.
I was just cooped up. I couldn't get in a car. I couldn't drive anywhere. It's like people up there, you have your job and you have your home, and the only thing that you do potentially in between is go to a restaurant or a bar. That's
Right.
it. That's their life.
I know.
Job. Hold on. First of all, commute, job, commute, home, then maybe go out, then back to home, then back to commuting, then your job, then commute.
Sometimes you commute to go out.
Then home. Oh, yeah, you got to commute to go out.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's why everything in New York is so territorial. Meaning, like, if you live in a certain...
That's why they're so crazy and they kill each other. I would too.
Well, the fact that, like, okay, let's say you live where your girlfriend lives.
She was in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, if anyone knows where that is.
So
it's close to Williamsburg.
But there was this new restaurant in, Avenue of Americas in Manhattan. Well, it would be kind of a major cab ride or a subway ride to get there.
Oh, I know, because we did that multiple times.
So, I mean, just because you live in New York City, there's 5 boroughs, and to get from one borough to another, I mean, pretty much.
Do we really count the Bronx?
Everybody pretty
who goes
but
there?
Everybody pretty much stays in their borough. If you're a Manhattan person,
well, yes and no.
You stay in Manhattan. But there's a lot of Long Island people that work in Manhattan, so they have to travel to get there to work.
Yeah.
But as far as like what you do, entertainment or where your kids play, like I feel sorry for kids that live there because they don't have the unbelievable amount of ball fields and pickleball courts, and there's just not a lot of real estate of other than Central Park.
And well, here's the thing: even the parks that they do have, because there's so many people, and we went to one. Well, it's not that it sucked, but there's so many people. We were walking like on the pedestrian path, and we were in the outfield of someone else's softball game. So we're like walking into the players because they don't have enough room to play their game. We don't have enough room to walk. Kids are going crazy or just on their iPad. I'm like, this place is a mess.
It's a jungle.
This is horrible. I can't wait to leave.
It's a goddamn jungle.
As soon as I touched down in Tampa, I just took this deep breath and I'm like, got space.
And as
I
soon
got
as
space
they open
now.
the door on your plane and you get that humidity walking down the
it's
gangway,
great.
you're like, oh,
I'm
back.
home.
I'm back in Vietnam.
Give me the hurricanes.
Yeah.
Give me all the hurricanes.
I mean, like Reno had 18% humidity.
I mean, that's nice.
Oh my God!
Don't you feel lighter?
It is so beautiful.
I know.
Listen, you can't beat. I mean, it's unbelievable to wear shorts but be walking in the snow. And Denver, although I'm mad at the Grand Sierra and I'm mad at Southwest, I'm really not mad at Reno per se.
Right.
I mean, the weather
Got to back down because guys listening.
No.
Oh.
But the weather's beautiful. Like you could not beat it. There's 18%. You
could probably beat it.
You don't need air conditioners there. You need what they call these swamp coolers.
Okay.
And it's like and like air conditioning in Florida takes humidity. One of the way they cool is it takes humidity out of the air. Well, in Reno, they put wet, cool humidity into your air
to make it less dry.
To make it to cool your room. I guess that's far more efficient than the way we do it. Swamp coolers and your electric bill are like, I guess, half of what the standard, HVAC conventional suck out the humidity kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you go from 18% humidity. It was literally like 88 in Reno and it felt cool.
Yeah.
But when it's 88 or 89 in Tampa and the humidity is 88 or 89, it's like double wash rag Willie.
Yeah. And then around August, September, you just feel like you're walking into a wall when you go outside.
In Florida, man, like August through like
July, August, September.
Like June, July, August, September.
Those are the worst.
You literally can't even go outside and work for like 5 minutes. Like, if you were to turn the lawnmower on and do like 2 strips of your lawn, you're already just completely soaked.
Oh, 100%.
That's lummy.
That's
he sweats it in the
humidity is
wintertime.
like 100%.
Well, Anna, that's even you. Like, if you do anything physical after like 3 minutes in Florida in July, you're drenched.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So anyway,
but I'll take that over ice and snow any day of the week.
Oh, I know.
I hate you, Detroit. I hate you.
Detroit really, really scarred you. You need therapy for Detroit too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm grateful for it because it made me very appreciative of every other place I've been. I'm like, well, it's not Detroit. Yeah. It set the bar very low.
That should be a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be Detroit, or
right.
At least it's not Detroit.
A lot of people like to sport the Detroit versus everybody, and I'm like, any place is better than Detroit.
I wonder what the worst cities of America are.
In terms of what, like crime, happiness,
all of it. Like it just in terms of just, like just people being, well, first of all, weather, then 2, people being miserable, 3, crime, 4, I got to think here is just off the top of my mind.
Okay.
Probably some pretty crappy places.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Memphis.
Oh yeah, that's bad. Baltimore.
New Orleans.
No, New Orleans. I think New Orleans could be.
It's smelly, but it's got, some character.
They said it's pretty bad lately.
I mean, crime is high. I would say probably the worst cities, besides the ones that we've mentioned, would be like these places in Appalachia, like West Virginia, where the community's been completely ravaged by Oxycontin, and everyone is on heroin.
You mean like where the Metzgers live?
Yeah.
Like that
Oh,
kind
the
of deal.
Whitakers. Yeah, that sort of thing.
The Whitakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I've watched a lot of like Vice documentaries on those communities, and it's just devastating.
The cities we were talking to are just well-known urban centers.
Right.
But there are probably some
depressing
Claypool, Indiana, Clifford, Indiana. Like, just where
there's no resources, at least in like Detroit and Cleveland. Those are big cities,
right.
and they can kind of help you out if you're struggling.
But you get into some of these cities, man, and they got like a population of 700.
Right.
And, 400 are related to each other through inbreeding. And there's like one Walmart and a Dollar General. And like some real backward ass hill jack.
Yep.
Just like you said, the Whitakers or the Metzgers or whatever.
When my dad moved up to Tennessee a little over 10 years ago, the first town they lived in was like that. It was a town called Greenville, and it was population 900.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody, and if you weren't from there, they made you feel like it.
Right.
It was good old boy network at its finest, and a lot of those people were weird, man.
Oh, yeah, they're running meth and having sex with their sister, having kids with their sister, raping their aunt.
He worked for the sheriff's office. He got to see all of it.
Oh, then now he's probably the shadiest of all. They're getting paid off. Those small little agencies.
They moved from there a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I mean, you're a sheriff in a 900-town city, 900, and you pull over. Of course, whoever you're pulling over, And, at that point, either you like him or you don't like him. If you don't like him, you're taking him right to jail. And if you do like him, you're like, man, Jimmy, don't worry about that. Those 3 little girls you ran over. Don't worry. We'll go ahead and dust this up. It'll be a nothing.
This is the video
I'll go
I
ahead and
watched.
give you a police escort home.
Yeah, I'll give you a police escort home. Let's stop by and get some beer.
I sent you a video for a Vice video I watched somewhat recently about just this community that's completely ravaged by drugs.
Yeah.
Everyone is on heroin or oxys.
There we go. I should go be the mayor of this town.
Yeah.
Really.
16, in part because of his promise to bring the American coal industry back.
We are going to put our coal miners
maybe this is a coal deal.
To work.
3 years later.
Well, this is probably
same kind of area.
What I'm saying is this is probably a long form video of this crappy town, but it was all under the guise of reviving perhaps the coal industry in this town, and it didn't happen. And what did happen is the heroin and the meth came in.
Or because everyone lost their jobs, they turned to drugs.
Right.
So
exactly.
There's a lot of people in the national conversation, right? But they oftentimes talk about coal towns as being antiquated, right? A relic of the past, a part of American history that doesn't really have a place in the future.
People look at me differently when I say that I'm from southeastern Kentucky, or that I say I'm from rural Appalachia, or that my dad's a coal miner. People probably think most of us are stupid.
I think this guy's on meth. Listen how fast he talks, Johnny Auctioneer.
They probably think people in this region are on opioids, or so I feel like that they're not worried about helping us because they see us as like subhuman.
Subhuman.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He still hasn't seen nothing. He's just taking it all in. He may not even understand what they're saying.
They don't understand. Until you've been a coal miner, until you've walked in our footsteps, then don't judge us.
What was it like going into those mines every day?
First day's pretty scary. You never forget it. You go in, you're scared to death. You don't know if it's going.
Coal mining is a tough business, and we don't really we treat our coal miners like a bunch of
hicks,
bad people. But if they weren't out there doing that, we wouldn't be having
a lot of the things that we have today.
Yeah, we might not have any power. Hello.
Hey, Bubba, it's Mountain Bike Jim.
Who? Oh, Mountain Bike Jim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, two quick things. Hey, I completely agree with you on the heat and humidity down here in August. I mean, we ride bikes, a few times a week, and we go from in the wintertime when it's cool, you can ride 30, 40 miles, and then August it's like 18 miles and you're dying.
I will tell you, as hard as I was on Florida with regards to the hot months, you get like November through April, and you can't beat it. I mean, on Christmas Day, it could be, 77 and, so the good with the bad.
Yeah. And hey, on another note, I grew up north, up in the northern part of West Virginia. So I lived in a steel town. And when I was growing up, there were 15,000 people working at the steel mills. And now there's like 600. And I know what you mean. I mean, our town went from being as good as it could be, being a beautiful town and taken care of, to you go downtown up there now and there's weeds growing everywhere. Downtown is all strip clubs and Keno now. There's gambling, and it's just everybody up there's on meth. I mean, it's rampant.
Isn't it amazing when a municipality starts going south, it goes from having stores and boutiques and manufacturing to strip joints and Keno parlors. Right? Like that's just kind of the natural. That's like the porn of industry. You go from having Sally's dress shop and Jimmy's custom bake shop and a Starbucks and a CVS and a Target to 3 strip joints and an internet cafe is what you go from.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, people don't realize when
you got to throw a Dollar General in there, right? Or
Yeah, oh God, they're everywhere. But you lose manufacturing in our country and these communities. They all just regress. I mean, people don't understand. We don't make anything here anymore, and it's taken a huge toll on our smaller rural areas that did a lot of that. It's terrible. I mean, I got out of there at 17. I'm 54 now,
Jeez.
And I ran out of there as fast as I could because there was nothing left when I grew up.
A lot of these places can't even listen to the show because they don't got internet. For real.
Yeah, you're right.
For real. Yeah. I know a couple people who live in rural Indiana who do not, unless they get Starlink, which is very expensive. Unless they get Starlink, they don't have the ability to have the internet.
There's some places in West Virginia when you drive up through, I swear there's towns. You'd be driving down a road and all the homes just look like the same and they're trash. Everybody's sitting on the front porch, and you swear you went back 60 years.
Or that you're in Guatemala or something like that.
Bosnia in the 90s.
I mean, Anna, we can't be a perfect country. We have to have some third world feel about our country now, don't we? Keeps us honest.
We need some flavor.
Yeah. All right,
Matt. I want to give you a big compliment. I want to give you one big compliment. I'm going to tell you what. Your show is so easy to listen to nowadays. You're so chill compared to years ago when you were a little more wound up. But it's so easy to listen to you now because you just carry on such great conversations and you just talk to people so great. And I just want to tell you, it's your show is evolving and it's getting better and better. And I appreciate that. And thank you.
Thank you, Mountain Bike.
What a great compliment.
Mountain Bike. Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, buddy. The only man that thinks it's cool to pay 9 G's for a mountain bike, like him and Dan.
Yeah, him and Dr. Dan, the only two.
Best buddies. Let me go to words, and when I come back, Hamburger Mary's is now filing a federal lawsuit against Governor DeSantis. DeSantis made some kind of I like DeSantis, but man, I think he's kind of overreaching on some of these things.
Got a big day today.
The legislation that they shouldn't have little kids go to drag queen shows.
Now, see, is that what it is?
Yes. Entertainers should not be performing for children.
So it doesn't say that you can't have a drag show. It just says that you have to be an adult to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't got a problem with that.
Hosting an adult live performance where children are present.
The way that they spun it was that kids, I'm sorry, that like even, if Anna and I wanted to go to a drag show this weekend, it's illegal.
We wanted to go have brunch, which I've
Right.
done before.
But
at
like
a drag show.
So drag
Which is a lot of
shows
fun, actually.
aren't illegal. It's just you need to card people and have them at least 18 to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Just like it is for a lot of different establishments.
Yes.
Well, I don't got a problem with that.
Well, that's how they spin it, just like the Don't Say Gay bill, which wasn't even the Don't Say Gay bill.
Didn't even say anything about being gay in the bill.
They should have said it's not only not the Don't Say Gay bill, but it's a be gay if you want to be bill. I mean, be gay if you want to be. We just don't want to teach,
K through third graders.
Kindergartner through third graders. We don't really want to just bring up any of the sex stuff. Let them figure out on their own. But be gay all you want after fourth grade. That's what it should have been. Be gay all you want after eighth grade.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what the bill should have been, Lummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Be gay after eighth grade. That's what it should have been.
I got my free speech ears on, good buddy. We got Bubba the Love Sponge show coming up here straight ahead.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Man, Lummy, some of our imaging sounds so cool, does it not?
It sure does.
Yes. Have you, Alex Stein, have you noticed some of our imaging? Does it sound better?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah,
I think it sounds epic.
Right, number one. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
You look.
Did you see?
I saw. We just played your video. It was brilliant. Although I think that maybe you were stuffing your penis.
Well, I didn't want to touch my penis to the fabric in case there's some transsexual that tried it on. I didn't want to bump uglies. No, which is cool. I think you can say that. I think you can say that.
I think you can, but I mean, that's probably not the
transgender.
So
is that not transgender? Is that?
Alex,
I'm politically incorrect.
Oh, okay. All right. So if I play something, Alex can't hear it, but I can play it. But Anna can just. Anna
it was just an article, wasn't a video.
You just audibly tell me what the article that was just released said.
Oh, let me pull it up here.
Maybe this is in the middle
of.
Look at the little kitty. It's rubbing the microphone.
This was 2 hours ago. It says Target pulls some LGBTQ plus merchandise from stores ahead of June Pride Month after threats to workers.
So Alex, it looks like they just 2 hours ago announced Target has pulled some of these products that that you may have tried on, maybe.
Yeah, well that is the product because I'll be honest, now I'm like considered right wing, and what's really annoying is I put on that bathing suit, and a lot of people loved it.
You looked great, by the way.
You looked great, by the way,
yeah.
even though you stuffed your crotch full of like a bratwurst or something.
But let's not talk about the stuffing. What I want to say is, Bubba, I get hated on by the right more than the left. Oh, I'm a homosexual. Which I don't care. I don't care that I say that, but it's just kind of funny. We're so polarized. The people are wacky on the left, the far left, and people are just as wacky on the far right.
Totally.
Does that make sense? Because I get more backlash from the right when I put on the bathing suit than the left. And what makes them even more mad is when it gets millions of views, when it goes viral. That pisses off people even more.
Yeah, but sometimes when something is that wacky and that polarizing, will you get demonetized because people have complained, and then it kind of sucks because it could have been a huge moneymaker, as many hits as you got, and because of what it's controversial to some people that you may not, you might get demonetized. Does that happen?
No, I mean, I don't know about the trans. I mean, yeah, very easily. Sarah Gonzalez, a friend of mine, just had her channel demonetized, and she has a news show. She just covered the news talking about the subject. So it's extra sensitive. Yeah, I'm always worried about getting demonetized, but I'm telling you, I think I get more annoyed from the hate from the people that,
but like,
here's ultra conservative.
Let's say that you're ultra conservative and that you don't believe in homosexuality and you don't believe in transgender and you don't believe, you believe that a man should make love to a woman missionary style for procreation, only.
Adam and Eve, not Adam, Steve.
Right, like all of that. But like what? And you're kind of offended by what you did, but like nobody's forcing you to watch your channel to be offended. It's not like it's a billboard they have to drive by every day on their way to work. It's not like it's part of their workplace.
But
or that they,
Bubba,
so
this
why,
is what they.
But why would
this is why they get mad? Because Alex Stein is a conservative influencer. He made it, and this represents us. Alex Stein is a representation of us, which I'm not. I'm a representation of myself, and I'm an insane person. I'm absolutely insane.
Mentally unwell.
You got to put certifiable in there.
Certifiable. I mean, diagnosed by multiple doctors that I'm mentally
Asperger's,
insane.
autistic, on the spectrum, the whole 9 yards.
The whole, I mean, special education program. I mean, every single
used car salesman, buy here, buy here, pay
That's what I'm
here.
saying. I got
bail bonds, everything.
I am not a role model. I do the opposite of me, but and I'm not saying what I'm doing is like the Lord's work by any means like that, but that's what they want me to do is the Lord's work. They want me to like do my activism in a certain way, and I'm just not going to do it the way they want me to do it.
Now, have they ever thought, here's what I can't understand, these conservative religious people that will be upset with you for a stunt like what you did at Target, and they're saying you should be doing the Lord's work, and you're a conservative talk show influencer and things like that. But then can't you just stop those people dead in their tracks when you say, hey, how about the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of children that have been molested by, the Catholic priest and other.
I talk about that, Bubba. I talk about that all the time. We make fun of every religion should be held accountable. I mean, the Catholic Church has done so much evil stuff and I'm not saying Catholicism is evil by any means. I'm just saying that church has had heavy, high, powerful priests that got caught molesting children, and instead of facing punishment, they moved them to a country where they would be safe from extradition. Literally, I mean, they literally do that. There'll be a person in Boston they'll send to Venezuela.
So what is the problem with you trying on a one-piece bikini that says it's got extra crotch support? What is wrong with that? You're not saying this is in the name of Jesus. You're not saying that denouncing Christianity. You're not making that. There's not one part of the video that I saw that had anything to do with religion. The only thing that I saw was Alex Stein was being a goofball. Period.
It seems like on the extremes, both sides, they seem to lose a sense of humor.
And he was misrepresenting his penis size because he did
that as well.
Let's not talk about the representation of my Johnson. Let's just keep that. Let's just stop. Let's stop talking about.
Did I not call it out? You had a little something in there, didn't you, bud? Come on.
Yeah, I had to, just for safety reasons. This is
you got to beef it up.
Yeah, I had to beef it up.
Did you have to, like in the cold, how you have to layer? Did you have to layer? Did you layer?
I had to stuff, and I'm not ashamed to stuff a little bit.
See,
but like
we're thinking about doing that. Me and Lummy getting the kind of one pieces that you had, and then getting Dan in a full blown, real sexy like T-back, and then putting Rhett in like a kind of a conservative two-piece, and then Macho Man, I mean, he should just go nude as good looking as
really. But they have that. They have because Macho Man has such big pectoral muscles. They have tuck tops that literally this is what they're selling at Target right now. One of the tops is, and it's for children all ages, where it tucks your breasts. It's a tuck friendly bathing
suit. My man boobs, it'll take care of my man boobs.
Yes.
Maybe when you buy that, Bubba.
Yeah,
at Target.
I definitely need man boob control. I do.
Well, they call that a chest binder. Yeah, that's what they sell. That they sell the binders.
I think so. Me and Lummy wear what you wore. Rhett wears kind of an old granny, two-piece. And then Dan wears like a real hot bitch two-piece. And then I think we put Macho in just like a standard gay guy banana hammock, like what Hogan would wear.
Yeah, a little Speedo.
Like a Speedo deal. Like, so he just is just really looking, oil him all up.
Right.
And then that would be an absolute that would be a potpourri of manhood, would it not? You'd have two chubby guys in one pieces. You'd have a redheaded dude in a grandma outfit, and then you got a good-looking Italian man in a T-back, and then you got another good-looking, what's
Hungarian
Hungarian man in like a bodybuilder pose down banana hammock.
I mean, I love that bit. I think that works. But see, that's the other thing, Bubba. They say, oh, well, you're just as bad as a transgender person. This is the people on the right because you're wearing a bathing suit. Yet I'm more covered than Hulk Hogan. I'm wearing the same exact outfit that Andre the Giant wore.
You are.
And,
you are.
Literally, that's the one that was literally Andre the Giant's whole entire outfit, what I'm wearing. So it's really not that.
Like almost a one-shouldered singlet.
That's exactly what I had on. It was. That's exactly what it is.
One-shouldered singlet.
It's like a wrestler.
Maybe, hey, I got wrestling boots, and so maybe if I just put wrestling boots on there, I'll be like, I just got my one-shouldered singlet on. Is all I got.
That's what I'm saying. You got the Andre the Giant, cosplay outfit, the gay version.
Now, what were the workers doing? I know that it was highly edited for time reasons, but what were the workers doing?
Well, they were kind of spooked, and then of course my cameraman was spooked as well. He should have been filming them more, but they, because I wasn't being mean, and what Anna just said about how they're facing public backlash. People are coming and like yelling at the employees, like, "Why would you sell this?" Which is stupid. It's not the employees,
ma'am.
Yeah, and that's the truth. Like it's not. They're not in charge of ordering these bathing suits. It's somebody at Target.
And not only that, but I mean, if they would have been disrespectful or mean to you, then that would have been a problem as well. Like they just they need to let you go in there and do your thing.
Yeah, and I was happy about it. I was like, "Oh, this is so great." So they were vibing. They were nice. They're like, "Did you see it on TikTok?" They don't care. You think somebody at Target cares? I mean, they were just worried about paying their bills.
Just happy to be entertained at work.
Yeah, and that's why I like to do this, because this is what I call culture jamming. It's taking the most absurd parts of our culture and jamming it in people's faces, and people are like, "Oh, is it effective?" Well, kinda. It's created such a backlash down. Southern stores are going to move the Pride section to the back, but I'm not. I mean, I believe there should be a Pride section, but I do think it's kind of weird how they're having all these onesies, like gay baby onesies. I don't know if you've seen that. That's kind of part of the backlash, Bubba. It's not necessarily the adult stuff. Is that Target has a whole line dedicated towards children.
But how does a kid? I mean,
in the front.
But and this is purely question form. Like this is a question. But how can, until a child can communicate, until a child can kind of give you some feedback, how do you know that a child's gay? I'm just asking for a friend.
I mean, there's a Larry David episode, very great one of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he buys a kid a sewing machine because the kid is very effeminate.
I remember that one.
That was the best, and his mom got all mad, and it was great.
It's a great episode, and that really, he's left wing as it gets, but that is kind of showing you that, I don't know. There's just also whole part.
No, but hold on. But here's the deal: if you buy your baby, let's say a boy, and you buy him a Gaby one piece, aren't you choosing your baby's sexuality, and your baby doesn't really have a say-so in it? And that's completely not cool. And the fact that the parents should not choose the child's sexuality, the child should develop into what they are, organically. I think a person will be able to grow into their sexuality as they get older, and they shouldn't have. I mean, maybe you can be influenced by your parents, but they shouldn't just shove it down what they want. There's probably on the other side of that, in the generation that we grew up in, Alex, there was probably some dads who had some gay boys and these boys wanted to be gay because that's how they felt inside, and society and their dads would be like, "Man, I ain't gonna have me no gay boy. He's gonna have me out here playing baseball and out here working on the cars." But that's probably how it started first. But but now it's kind of almost the reverse of that, where parents may say, "Hey, I want my boy to be gay," and so they start dressing you in these gay type stuff. And I think that's not. I think each individual human being has the right to grow into what their sexuality.
Well, the baby onesie kind of things are more like expressing that they're proud of you, like the parent. Like it says, like it takes all different types. Be yourself. We're proud of you.
Like being an ally.
I believe in you. Like it's not saying I'm proud or I'm whatever. It's saying like
love is love sort of stuff.
It takes all different types and things, and I'm proud of you always.
Sounds like a bunch of hippie ass parents to me.
Yeah, which is okay, but I mean it's just gone to where now there's parents that are not picking their kid's sex and they're letting them pick it. They're not going by the biological sex and they're letting the child. Yeah, I mean, that's absurd. And this is the problem. This is what I always say. No child is born in the wrong body. Listen, Mach, look at Mach. Handsome man, jacked up. He probably has a little body dysmorphia, right? He trains hard. He wants to look good. What I'm saying is everybody can have a little body dysmorphia. We're like, oh, I want to look different, right? I don't like my body the way it is. I want to change it. So I'm saying changing your body, that's not necessarily that bad.
Mach was a heavy kid. And he did.
Yeah, and he got lean.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He didn't.
No, but I think he's even said to me, like, he's like, I used to be bigger,
Yeah,
and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I got to be thinner. I got to be leaner.
And in my
That's
head,
what I'm saying.
like,
See, on it, I
get
have
it.
that same thing. I have body dysmorphia where I want to be thinner too, where I don't really like my body, but that doesn't mean that, being anorexic is the answer.
Right,
So
right.
it's like we're giving these kind of absurd prescriptions. We're actually sterilizing children. Lupron is a drug that we give to predators, Bubba, that have
Chemically
been sexual
castrate.
predators. And it chemically castrates, and they're giving these chemicals to children so that they'll never ever
To change genders.
Yes, for gender reassignment surgery
Actually,
or
they're
hormones.
like puberty blockers. Yeah.
Yes. So
but
let's say
who makes that call? The parents?
Yeah, they take him to like a
the doctor.
psychiatrist. Yeah.
And listen, this is a number one thing that the doctors say when the parents kick back. They say this. Chloe Cole, who's one of the most famous detransitioners, they told her parents, well, if she doesn't get the mastectomy at 16 years old, she's likely to kill herself. So they guilt trip the parents by saying that they're likely to kill themselves if they don't do this.
Do they talk to the kid and say, hey, what do you want?
Yeah, they talk to the kid,
Yeah,
but the kid, what does a kid know?
Right.
What does a 14-year-old know? What did you know at 14, Bubba? What did you know at 16? What did you know at 21?
Nothing.
What did you know at 25? Probably nothing. I'm just
At 14, I knew where my dad's hustler stash
And
was.
the shop vac,
yeah,
too.
me too. I knew where my dad's Playboy magazine was too, but yeah, I mean, it's just this kind of weird thing where. Listen, I don't want to be considered transphobic or homophobic. A lot of people on the right
I don't
are
want to
so
be any of
transphobic.
that. I don't want to be any of
Yeah,
that.
I don't.
But I want to have some common sense in
Yes.
in allowing people to grow into what they are. And
Bubba,
not,
I made this point on your show multiple times. I got to make this point. Howard would do it. You would do it where you give the free boobs. The Howard was famous for Dr. Sal Calabro was the guy that would give the free breast
Right.
implants. They'd have the people come and rate them. Well, a couple of times Howard would have a transsexual on or transgender person on. And this was in the early 2000s to win a pair of breasts. And Howard let him win a pair of breasts. And he would ask him, are you pre or post-op? And oftentimes, more than not, I can go back on YouTube. I watched one the other day. They say, oh, well, I can't get a doctor approved the surgery, so I have to go to Venezuela. I'm scared to go to South America to get the surgery. So just a short while ago in the early 2000s, when there was a time where I don't know, sir, if you should cut off your genitals to adults. But now we have a gender reassignment clinic in every major hospital in every major city, where not only can adults now get this gender reassignment surgery, but it's now accessible to children. So it's taken a really weird trajectory.
And to Howard's credit, he didn't let anybody that wasn't an adult win those boobs. So when he was but when he was talking to these people that would want them, there were adults that were trying to get the surgery, and we wouldn't even allow it to happen then. And now, just, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years removed, now not only do we offer it, but we have full-blown facilities that will do it to people that are not even an adult.
Look, wait, can I want to ask? I want to ask Alex a question because I'm curious about what you think about this. Because I think that you're pretty libertarian as things go, right? Like you should be able to do whatever you want to do, as it doesn't infringe on anybody else's right to do the same. Well, what do you think about this? Because I think it's a horrible idea for a minor to transition, no doubt. But don't you think that people should be able to do with their children, within some reason, what they want? If a woke mom takes her, 12-year-old daughter who wants to become a male to a doctor who is willing to prescribe them certain hormones to transition, don't you think people have the right to make, in our estimation, a bad decision like that? Or
Well, I'll
no?
tell you why. I'll tell you why the answer is no, because there's a famous guy. You may have heard of Dwayne Wade. Have you ever heard of Dwayne Wade?
Yeah,
The basketball player?
So his son, Zion, is now Zaya. He has transitioned his son. Well, the stepmother is a famous actress by the name of Gabrielle Union, who Zaya has, credited for her transition and said that, that she was, instrumental in helping her transition. But the biological mother, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, is against it, does not want this to happen. And because of, legalities, they were able to still push through and beat her in court because he's a multimillionaire. She's not going to beat Dwayne Wade in a court case. And there's a guy named Jeff Younger who had a similar situation where he got divorced from his wife. He had twins, and the wife ended up transitioning one of the kids. So there's a lot of crazy parents out there. There's a thing called Munchausen by proxy where parents want to purposely make their kids sick. And this is one thing. This has got caught on a hot mic. Boston Children's Hospital, a woman was, giving a presentation. And she said, why this clinic is so important to our hospital, because once we diagnose these kids with gender dysphoria, we have a lifelong patient. So the hospitals love it. They have a patient
I
for
get
the
it.
rest of their life. So
I understand
hey,
that that's kind of an outlier situation, but if the parent and the child and the physician are all on board, do you think that we, as someone who's not involved in the situation, should go in and try to stop them? Because I think that, listen, you should have the liberty to make bad decisions with your family. You know, you should have, because a lot of people say, oh, it's indoctrination to do this sort of stuff. But, you know, we've had callers call in and I've said the same thing, that you could also say that taking your kid to church is indoctrination. So I feel like you should be able to do with your family as you please. Obviously, you can't like be raping your kid or turning him into a slave. But beyond that, if everybody wants to make a decision and everybody's on board and there's parental consent, then I feel like people should have the right to do what they want to do, even if it's a bad decision. No?
Well, I learned this in my gender studies class. Okay. The reason why we have, no, I just want to say this, and I got a D in that class, so I didn't learn much. But the reason why we have all of these clinics, because a long time ago, and this still happens today, very rarely kids are born intersexed, where they'll have either both genitals or they have a genital mutilation.
Right.
And a long time ago, parents would have to choose right then. As soon as the baby was born, the doctor would say, hey, your child's born intersex. We can put them on these hormones and we can basically kind of steer their gender, or they'll kind of grow up in the right body. You know, they'll either give them estrogen or they'll give them testosterone, depending. So parents would have to make that decision. So yes, in that sense.
It'd be like pick your genitalia.
Basically, because their kid's born intersex. They're not going to be able to reproduce anyway. But see, that's in the case.
But it was a very, very minute, section of people that had to make that decision. And then that has now morphed into everybody having the right to make that decision.
And when it comes to that instance, of course, you want to get the kid on hormones as soon as possible.
Sure,
you want to get them transitioned.
Really?
So they're
I feel like you would probably want to leave them alone, because I've watched a few documentaries on not transgender but intersex people, just like you mentioned, and most of them, there were a few that were just left alone to kind of developed naturally, and those were the ones that were that turned out the best, because they just embraced their intersexness. Yeah,
I agree, and so their parents told them to do that, but that's where their parents can choose, where they'll let a parent choose then and there. So in that sense, yeah, I mean, you can. I think a parent should be able to choose, but even Bill Maher, who's as left as it gets, he talked about in the 1960s how many people identified as transgender. Then you go to the 1970s, it's 10,000% more. Then you go to the 80s, it's 100,000% more. Then you go to the 90s. Now the amount of kids. Yeah, literally. I mean, the amount of kids, if you compare the 1960 to 2023, is 1,000,000% more. And it's not just because of social progressiveness, because of acceptance. There is something that is encouraging people to do this. I don't know what it is. I don't know why.
Is it just like
it's a social credit score. It's like, I'm an ally. There's something unique about me.
I have a friend who's got a 14-year-old boy, and he listens to the show every day. And when he takes his kid to school, he's a cool enough dad that he lets his 14-year-old listen. And his 14-year-old's a hockey player. He's a cool kid. And he's heard us often talk about these conversations. And he's like, these kids at school are these kids that are trying to get attention, and they don't necessarily know what they want to be per se, but they want the attention. So they say that they're a girl that wants to be a boy, or a boy that wants to be a girl, and they may not necessarily really, really want that later on down the line. But in the world that they're living in right now, it makes them popular or a sideshow or get more followers on their Instagram or whatever. And so it's instant, it's instant kind of quasi celebrity within the school. And that's where he said most of this is coming from, at least at that age.
I definitely think that's true. And also, because I grew up doing dance, it's kind of like a dance mom, pageant mom thing, where a lot of the moms live vicariously through the kids. So they push them and they push them and they push them.
Well, you could say the same thing about sports, too.
Sure.
Yeah. Real about anything.
And there's probably parents that push their kids too hard on sports, but I think that's a little more of a healthier obsession.
But I think you're right. I think that they found another thing that a parent can push on a kid and live vicariously through that kid's popularity or being different or whatever. And
I'm the parent of a trans kid. Oh, right. I'm so good. Right. I'm so progressive. I'm so accepting.
Right. And I think that there's a lot of that happening. The parents, whether they're pushing your kid to be a football player and he doesn't want to play football, but he has to be out there every day lifting weights and running, or and that guy is saying, my son's going to be the baddest linebacker there ever was, I promised. Meanwhile, the kid doesn't want to be it. And then otherwise, and then this is just another facet of, potentially parents, living vicariously through their kids to prop themselves up. Oh, look at me. Like you said, I'm so progressive and I'm so worldly and I'm so open-minded that I'm allowing my child to be
free.
And I'm not trying to blame this on white people. I'm really not, because I understand that there's.
Oh, but it is a white person.
Well, here's the thing. I understand there's black
white people
transitioning,
problem.
This is a white person.
There's not as many. There's not as many.
But here's the thing. I feel like white people, especially in woke communities, are so disgusted with themselves and their heritage that they have to attach themselves to something else because they too want to be a quote protected class. So they're like, oh, my heritage is like German and Irish. Like there's nothing quote special about me. So now I have to throw myself into a minority basket. And usually that is something in like the alphabet soup.
White and
community.
woke. This is white and woke all day.
Right?
It's really no different. It's similar to now where people on their college, their college application, they'll mark down that they're a person of color to help them get into school because being white, So yeah, people will do every little trick or gimmick to
You're not gonna see Shaq's kids doing this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you saw Dwayne Wade's.
Yeah,
you saw Dwayne Wade's
is doing it.
Yeah,
and you have to see,
which is weird, which is very bizarre.
Dwayne Wade couldn't carry Shaq's lunchbox. I'll tell you that right now. As a man.
Oh yeah, Shaq would never let this happen.
But if you look at Shaq's upbringing with his
sergeant dad,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what it goes back to, though, Anna. I think it's just like you said, I'm a libertarian. If you're 18, you want to cut it off. If there's some states where it's 17, I think that's very low, but, whatever.
Whatever, who cares?
Let it eat.
I'm just saying, I don't think you should be able to consent to any sort of sexual reassignment surgery before you can consent to sex. So whatever that limit is, I think it should be 18. That for me makes sense. As an adult, you can do it. But for kids, to tell a kid that you're born in the wrong body, none of us are born in the wrong body. We're just born in the body that we have. And I just, that's the big point that I want to get.
I was supposed to have a body like Macho. I was supposed to be hot and thin.
Longer arms.
Bigger penis, longer arms, smarter.
No, but because of that, Bubba, you had to learn how to be a social, butterfly. You had to learn how to communicate better to get the girl. So it kind of made you stronger.
Right.
I don't know.
What guys that were 488 pounds were just slaying it and cheating on their girlfriends who were wiping their butts? That's pretty impressive.
For being a, I've probably gotten more hot ass per capita as a fat ass than any human being in the world.
Well, listen, speaking of wiping ass, so I was on this show, this guy, Sam Hyde, who's an awesome comedian. I was on this show. He's doing a 24/7 live stream where you just live in the house and all these cameras. And there's this guy named Airsoft Fatty. He hasn't been laid in 5 years. He's 420 pounds.
The fish, it's called the fish tank.
What?
And so they got him a hooker. No. They got him a hooker to sleep with, and they went up to the room. The hooker pulled down his pants, and there's a huge turd stain on the pants. So she came down. She's like, I was gonna have sex with him, but then the smell, and I saw the turd. So then I did a fecal investigation. I took the shorts, and there was a huge brown stain, and he had the same wiping issue. So, Bubba, that just shows you this guy couldn't even get laid by a prostitute, and you had beautiful ladies. So
I did.
There is something to it. Yeah.
My ass. I had beautiful ladies that wipe my ass.
There's video of her giving him the good news as well.
Yeah, it smells like
this.
I thought you were.
He tried to pin it on the bed.
I thought you had kind of graduated in stardom, if you will, that you weren't doing these content houses anymore.
This is kind of different. It's a little different. And Sam Hyde is a guy that I really respect a lot. So just the opportunity to work with him. So
I know that you went to one content house here in Florida, and it was a joke.
But this is it's more like Big Brother and stuff like that. Cameras or like.
But it's like Big Brother on crack. And so I brought Don Terrius in there. I had him naked, and then we did a gimmick where he got caught smoking crack. So that's why we had to leave the house. And I said it was medicinal crack. So I mean, I was just going in the house to mess with the people that were competing for the prize.
How are things in Alex Stein's world? How's Blaze going? They like
Blaze
you?
is going good. Everybody's trying to cancel me though, Bubba. Everybody's trying to cancel me. I just know. Yeah, all these people.
You think they'll eventually get enough traction to put enough pressure on Glenn to get rid of you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe one day. I mean, that's always a possibility. But that's just, how did you deal with that when you start to get bigger? People, I still have a lot of people that support me, but then people start to resent you a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice that, Bubba?
Yeah,
It's
and then,
weird.
And then you get employees to rip stuff off, and then you get and then it ruins your life, and then you lose your house, and then you file bankruptcy, and then the IRS comes after you. What else do you need to know, bitch?
Well, Bubba, that's why I have a mentor like you. I'm very lucky to be able to call you a friend and a mentor.
How's Tucker
because
doing?
I know
He hasn't gotten a hold of me.
I talked to him. I talked to him. He's doing good. And I talked to his producer. She left Fox News, and then I talked to another producer.
Are they gonna end up on Twitter, you think?
I think that's where they're gonna start out. But it's so dumb. I think we talked about this last time. Why doesn't some CBS or NBC give him a late night show?
Because I don't think he wants to be beholden to them.
Well, I think if you had the opportunity, I think even if they said, here's $100 million and let's do more of a milquetoast show, I think Tucker's all about the truth. He's badass. He has integrity. But I also do think that Tucker realizes that on Twitter or on the internet, yeah, he can be super big. He can say whatever he wants, but he's still not going to have, sadly,
that validity of
that thing.
Yeah.
That thing. I don't know what it is, because they're going to say, oh, well, you're not on NBC, even though he spent his whole entire career working for these corporations, CNN, MSNBC.
Right.
Nobody has a resume as long as Tucker for his age, probably in the business, but none of that will matter. They'll say, oh, well, he's on the internet. That doesn't count. But I love it because it helps people like you and me, this new digital media era where basically you being on the internet is the only channel you need.
Why wouldn't obviously Bill Maher is on Showtime. Why wouldn't like a Netflix or somebody like that say, hey, we're going to do Tucker Carlson?
Duh, that's what I mean, that's a brilliant thing. I don't understand why HBO, Showtime, why wouldn't these play? Because you can say anything on those. They're pay networks. You can show nudity.
Right.
So I don't know. But what's weird is on Twitter, you can show nudity. But if you say anything about COVID, you can get kicked off. So it's weird. I don't know. There's weird stuff that's okay, and then what's not.
Do you have any insight at Twitter? Because we're still trying to get our
help us out.
Well, I listen. I don't. So you have applied, and they keep denying you, even though when you reapply.
Yeah. We're on the.
You need to be streaming this. You need to make a new Bubba the Love Sponge. Freaking Twitter.
When you make a new one, then they say that you're violating the original ban of never being able to create a new one.
Make Merch Crick make one with a different cell phone, different IP. They're not going to be able to. They can't.
It's the name, yeah, because on some of those names.
Yeah, you've tried that. You guys have tried to make a new one, and it got kicked off.
We're screwed.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got to talk to Elon. I know a guy. I'm going to put you in touch with a guy, Lummy, who's tight with Elon. His name's ALX, and he's a friend of mine.
My sister even owns 2 Teslas.
Well, then you ought to be able to come back. And he did. He gave a blanket amnesty. So I don't understand why you wouldn't be under that authority.
I need your help, my friend. I really do.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to put in a good word. But this is ridiculous.
I was in Dallas on Sunday for a few hours on a layover.
Yeah, I was actually in Rhode Island. I was filming. Rhode Island was nuts. But I'm going to be in Tampa soon. I'm going to come. I got to put a couple flights. I got to go to New York, but I'll be in Tampa probably in July. So I'll be seeing you guys soon.
Let's text later today. I got some stuff to tell you.
Yeah, I got some stuff to tell you too. I got some stuff to tell you. All right.
Good talking to you.
Peace.
Bubba, we're still one short.
Nope. We're one short?
Yeah,
we're on 7.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear God.
Bye, Alex.
It takes a lot of energy to be this stupid. Bubba the Love Sponge.